Shit, man, my bad. Give me a minute. I gotta fix this crap. Oh, let me put the intro. Gotta make sure I got the intro.
Pill ill, y'all niggas better listen. I'm black 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 pill, I'm ill with this will. 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 I'm black. They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of this place.
Oh, hey, everybody. What's up, man? Let's hold the truth hostage where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Oh, Arabian, what's good, man? We would hold the truth hostage. Now, you know, I mean, I know I was set up to stream yesterday, but to be honest with you, man, I was at work and things got heavy, whatever. But I got a video, man. I've been thinking a lot, man. JP, what's good, man? What's good, bro? Neo Wolf, what's good, man? I've been thinking a lot, and I come to realize, and I talk to Neo Wolf a lot. Shout out to the homie Neo Wolf. I talk to JP a lot. Shout out to the homie JP, man. And when I get the chance, I get to chop it up with Arabian from here and there. And I come to realize something, man. And this stream won't be that long. I got some things to handle, but I think it's very important. I made an observation. I've started to notice that a lot of guys that are in the black pill community, because I was on a Medican stream. I was on Medican stream, and Medican's out in I think Medican's out in Turkey or something. I've started to notice something that a lot of guys in the black pill community are not from America. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of black pill channels where they're not even in America. And what I've come to notice is that I think the black pill has a limit. And I think the limit is America, because I started noticing something that, when I was on Medican's stream, he's in Turkey. And you got to understand, one of the greatest gifts about being in America is freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech is one of the biggest gifts we got here. And what I've started to notice is that a lot of guys with a black pill channel, you know what I'm saying, they're not in America. And they're not in America, and they're talking to Americans. And think about it. A lot of the issues, even guys with a black pill channel that's all the way in like Turkey or wherever it is, you know what I mean? They talk, their main supporters are American guys, because in their country, you don't have freedom of speech. You get what I'm saying? You don't have freedom of speech. Oh, Finley was good, man. You don't have freedom of speech outside of America. So what I've been wondering, man, as the guy who, founded the Casper pill, I've been wondering, is America the limit of the black pill? You know what I'm saying? Because let's try something. Because if you go overseas, let's say you go to China, right? What's good, Jamie Mack? What's good, brother? You go to China. Let's say you go to China, you can't really speak or be black pilled up in China. You know what I'm saying? There's no freedom of speech in China. You know what I'm saying? Because what I've noticed is a lot of channels that operate and focus on the black pill, their main audience, they're seeking out is Americans. Because what you have on the internet is they don't have freedom of speech within their country when they're offline. You know what I'm saying? So let's say some guy's in Russia and he's doing a black pill stream. You know, he's talking freedom of speech and all this stuff. He's talking and he's talking towards Americans. You know what I'm saying? Because the internet countries, I think China is one of the only countries where they censor the internet to where they have certain words you can't say. You say certain words, they will basically pull the stream. You know what I'm saying? They'll pull the stream or shut it down. You could end up in jail, you know what I'm saying? Or even in the Middle East. Because what I've been noticing is that, man, a lot of guys that are black pilled, you know, a lot of guys running some of the, biggest black pill channels, you know what I mean? Even if you got Wheat Waffles who's a gray pillar, you know what I'm saying? Well, he's really in the closet, you know what I'm saying? It should be closet Wheat Waffles, you know what I'm saying? And but Wheat Waffles is all the way in, I think he's in UK or United Kingdom. You don't really have the freedom of speech laws you have like in America in the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been wondering and I've been thinking, man, I think the black pill, the black pill's biggest limit is that you can't really operate as a black pillar outside of America. You know what I'm saying? You don't have freedom of speech in most countries. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of guys, I got some people stalking me here and there. I got a closet bro punk all the way from New Zealand stalking me. You know what I'm saying? CBP's full-time closeted ass. You know what I'm saying? I got a dude like that stalking me. But in New Zealand, you don't have freedom of speech. So what you have is a lot of people interacting with the black pill community from overseas. They're operating and their main targeted audience is Americans because they can't really speak like us unless they're online. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in like the homie, I think the homie said, if you're in Slovakia, or you're in Russia, you in these other countries, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I used to use, yeah, oh, look at the homie Arabian. Yeah, he used proxy connections from Libya and Iraq and Sudan. Their censorship walls I encountered. Look at that. Yeah, because the reason I bring this up is, as a guy who, founded out the Casper pill, what I think is that the black pill's limitation is in America. You know what I'm saying? As into, you know, as many issues as guys have here, with the dating, dating is dead here. Like I said, we're in the age of no term relationships. As much issues as you have here in America, you know what I'm saying, with dating, divorce, and all that stuff, you can't really operate as a black pillar outside of America. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like the homie Arabian said right here, he said he had to use proxy servers. And I know a lot of homies, I talk to a lot of guys that from overseas that are using some proxy servers, you know what I'm saying, to talk to guys like us. So what I've been noticing and I've been thinking is that, man, the limit of the black pill is America. Because once you step outside of America, you can't really talk or express yourself, you know what I'm saying, with freedom of speech in mind like you do here. So what I've been thinking is, man, which one is more flexible? You know what I'm saying? You have the Casper pill where, the whole goal of the Casper pill, I've done multiple videos on it, is basically, zero attachments and prioritizing your freedom and being able to adapt. Because since you don't have any attachments to anywhere, the goal is to become a ghost at all times. And you could basically, if you think about it, you could ghost anywhere. You know what I'm saying? There's a homie right now, probably in Libya, ghosting right now, full time. He does his job, handles his business, and keep things moving. Because to me, I've been thinking about the black pill, man, and this community and what we talk about. And I've come to realize that, yeah, man, the limit of the black pill is that, dude, you can't really be black pilled outside of America. You got to use, like the homie Arabian said, you got to use proxy servers to be able to talk to us Americans without, without you risking going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man of tomorrow, what's up, man? Yeah, in fact, let me, I'll open it up a little because to me, I think, I think this is a big conversation we could have in the manosphere is that, you know what I'm saying? The limit. What's good, man? Yeah, James Young. Yeah, I just found your channel 2 days ago. Yo, James Young, respect, man. Yeah, I soft ghost my in real life friends all the time without actually ghosting. I'm limit. Yeah, I mean, what I've been realizing is, man, the limit of the black pill is American shores. I mean, as in, yo, you can't really be a black pillar publicly outside of America. You know what I'm saying? So that means a lot. That's why a lot of guys coming up to these black pill conversations, these channels, a lot of the homies is from overseas. One thing I've noticed when I took a step back and started looking at things, I started realizing that a lot of people in this black pill community, you know what I'm saying, are overseas. Got guys from Germany, you got guys from Sweden. You got a lot of guys from overseas interacting with Americans. And how you could tell, I've been on some streams with a lot of guys here and there, and a lot of the guys overseas have one blank look at America. They have a one blank slate. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of guys when they reference America, they're really referencing either New York or California. You know what I'm saying? New York or California. Uh, Holla, yeah, what's good, man? What's up, bro? You know what I mean? So what I've been noticing is, man, I think the black pill, and this is why I'm transitioning, gonna be doing more content on the ghosting perspective, because I think it's more flexible for you to be ghosting than to be black pilling overseas. Let me see what the homie Arabian said. A lot of traditional societies are blue pilled, foundational, societies with black pill truths deep rooted, especially with looks, status, and everything. And yeah, I mean, I understand the look, status. A lot of that translates, you know what I mean, overseas. Like I tell people, the black pill, it's universal. You know what I mean? You can relate. I could relate to guys up in Ireland, up in other countries, But the problem with the black pill is that, man, you can't really be operating with the black pill in a country without freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? And you could still do black pill things here and there. You could be honest with yourself and your nation and all, but these type of discussions we be having on here, you can't really do it. You can't really do it in person. And you can't really do it without a proxy server, like the homie Arabian said. Let me see, James. I honestly don't know what pill I am. I am somewhat religious, but I don't date. But I am depressed time because of society. But I am uh disability and stay away from society. Well, I mean, James, man, I tell guys this, man. You know, the reason most men are depressed in this society is you're looking for validation from someone that doesn't want you. This system, in America right now, I mean, all the laws that have been passed have told men, yo, we don't want you to be the father. We don't want you to be a father figure. We don't want you to be authority. I mean, how many times do you got to see an ad that basically says, the mom is being mom and dad? You know what I mean? They don't want men here to be authority. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say, guys, you got to live with a no-term relationship because, in all honesty, you as a man, you can't set any terms anymore. Anything you try to say as a man now is viewed as toxic masculinity, misogyny. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing. You can't say nothing. So what's the point? You know what I mean? Let me see what the homie yeah, the black pill bros are way too obsessed with lookism. Yes, looks matter and mate selection. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this, man. The looks thing, it has its effects here and there. I think looks, what I mean, there's a lot at play here and there. I think especially in the West here and there, but a lot of guys in the black pill sphere, when they bring up looks, they don't even know the difference with location. You know what I'm saying? There are guys that you just go on a different location and your SMV increases. Like, if you're from New York and you go to the South, you know what I mean? The women just hearing that you're from New York and depending on how you carry yourself in there, what I mean? There's some things in there, that'll be something else, but yeah, our generation and Gen Z will, you know, well, JP, you want to use destroy, man. You want to use the destroy the traditional lifestyle worldwide, what I mean, except in extreme tyrannical countries. Yeah. You're right about validation. Yeah, I mean, I tell guys this, man. This is why I say what's coming up is, man, you're gonna have no choice. When I made that video, you're gonna have no choice, man. A lot of men, when Chad is ghosting, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men are being trained that you can't have attachments. You know what I'm saying? It's zero attachments, man. You can't set any terms for a relationship. This society does not want you to have any authority. I mean, they pass mad laws. There's so many laws that are passed. You know what I mean? You gotta look at. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm gonna drop a black pill right now, man. You gotta look at the system in the West like a girl that doesn't want you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the PUA coaches basically tell you to run force game where you try to force yourself on a woman. Look at this system like a woman that doesn't want you. Dude, the system don't want you, man. You know what I mean? And you can't be depressed. You shouldn't be depressed by that. You gotta look at it as, yo, they don't want me here. I go where I'm wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's why that passport bros thing is exploding. Because a lot of men are realizing, why am I so thirsty for validation and acceptance in a location where they don't want me, man? They don't want you. I'm gonna give you the lowdown. In America, they want you as a fireman. They want you as a policeman. They want you as a worker. You know what I'm saying? And the only masculinity that matters is when a man's risking his life. You know what I'm saying? When you're risking your life like a fireman running up a building to save some lives, you know what I'm saying? Or a policeman fighting criminals in a shootout or something like that. You know what I mean? That's the masculinity they want. And then think about it. What's the biggest movies right now? The biggest movies right now in America and in the world is superhero movies. You know what I'm saying? Superhero movies are the biggest films right now. And for a man in the West, that's your life now. You either be a hero or get the hell out or shut the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? You either be a hero or shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's really what's going on. That's the only masculinity that's tolerated. You know what I'm saying? The only masculinity that's tolerated is when a man risk his life, risk his life, run into a burning building, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's the masculinity that's accepted in today's society. You know what I mean? And once men understand that, you know what I mean, you'll begin to basically heal. The problem is majority of men are trying to attach themselves to a system that doesn't want you, man. They don't want your attention. They don't want your authority. They don't want anything that has to do with you, man. Unless it's you working, making some money, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And when they want you as a sacrificial lamb. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Marriage, sacrificial lamb, having a child now, sacrificial lamb. They want you basically only when you're sacrificing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the value of a man in America and westernized countries where there's no fault divorce and a broken family court. The value of a man is how much he's worth when he's being sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at yourself as a sacrifice, man. That's how it works now, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're not looking at it like that, that's where the issue. That's why I think in the long term we're going to have I think what's going to be healthier for men, because I'm looking at the black pill, and I got none but love for the black pill. The black pill really helped me out. You know what I mean? When I've been making content, I never knew I was black pilled until I hopped on that MD stream and started realizing, oh shit. So the black pill is nothing but absolute truth, absolute logic with no emotions at all. It's just logic. A black pillar isn't looking for solutions. A black pillar is looking for what things are. That's it. You're looking, you gotta look at the black pill like math. That's the way I look at the black pill. You know what I'm saying? You want to know 5 + 5 = 10. You don't care how it became 10. You just want to know how it is what it is. You know what I mean? You're not looking for the saving the world and all this BS. You know what I'm saying? The red pill is basically that's where if you want to be a hero, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be a hero, you want to be a martyr, you know what I'm saying? You want to define your manhood based on sacrificing yourself and complaining and bitching. Yeah, join the red pill, man. That's really what it is. Most of the red pill is about sacrificing yourself and bitching, you know? Oh man, women can't get married, blah, blah, blah. Dude, a black pillar, I'm gonna be real with you. The divorce laws, I don't care about them. You know what I'm saying? The marital laws, I don't care about them. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? What I be telling guys is you gotta look at this country like a game, you gotta look at it like you're playing a basketball game and the other team starts off with 100 points. I mean 50 points. And the game is to basically to 75. The first to 75 wins. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what's right and wrong, what's fair. That's the rules, man. That's the rules of the game. Once you accept things for what they are, you start to navigate. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that in actuality, if you look at the West, I would say a good game to look at the West and compare it to would be like Frogger. Look at Frogger. It's a very old game. You know what I mean? Frogger's running, trying to cross the street. You know what I mean? Cars are everywhere. That's what the West is. You could get across the street. You could get across the street. But there's going to be many obstacles that if you invest in those obstacles, it's over. You know what I mean? The emotional investment of men is done, man. The West doesn't want you to be a father figure. I mean, one of the biggest things in the West right now, they're pushing in America, I think Sweden, I don't know these other westernized countries, is that if a man wants to eliminate misogyny, he wants to stop being a misogynist, he wants to stop having toxic masculinity, he needs to transition. You need to transition, man. That's the solution now. That's what they're telling me. Oh man, you don't want to be toxic anymore. You don't want to have toxic masculinity. You don't want to be a toxin. Then transition, man. Go under that knife. You know what I'm saying? Turn that pickle into a peach, man. You know what I'm saying? Turn that pickle into a peach. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's become. And to me, what I'm thinking that's happening now, when I analyze the black pill and I analyze, you know, the Casper pill and ghosting, I start to realize that, yeah, man, the best option for men is going to be ghosting. You know what I'm saying? Ghosting will be the global option. When you don't become attached to anything, you got to have, while you're in your country, what I mean? I made the video. I tell a lot of guys, man, you know, watch that Casper Pill 2.0, man. You got to be able to ghost everything, man. You got to be able to even ghost your nationality. You know what I'm saying? One thing I bring up with your nationality is that, think about it. Yes, you were born in, let's give an example. You were born in America, okay? Yes, you were born in America, but America is nothing more than a piece of the earth as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So the location you were born, the nation was America. And if we go further, what state you were born. You were born, let's say you were born in New York. So you were born in New York. Now let's go further. Let's go deeper than that. You were born in New York where? You were born in Brooklyn. Okay. And we go further than that. Now we can go into the streets, the street location you were born. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to ghost even your culture, man. Because the reason I say this is that, you know what I'm saying? Your identity shouldn't be based on how you were raised. Your identity when you become an adult is based on your choices. You know what I'm saying? It's based on your choices. And once you realize that your identity is based on your choices, you now can even ghost your nationality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let's say, for example, you're Japanese. Okay, you're Japanese. All right. You were born in Japan, okay? You were raised with the Japanese culture, whatever, whatever. But that wasn't your choice. You didn't choose where you were born. You didn't choose how you were born, who gave birth to you. But you know what you can choose is basically the culture you identify as. You know what I'm saying? And once you realize the power you have, that choice is actually the main thing that will define you, man. You will be free. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think the future for men is gonna be ghosting, because if you look at the black pill, like the homie Arabian said, is a lot of guys have to run proxy servers to basically talk on a black pill perspective. Like, let's say you're in Russia. Let's say you're in Russia and you're talking about the black pill. There's no freedom of speech in Russia. You could get locked up. You could get locked up if you say something, man. If you say something wrong. So I'm starting to look at it. I'm starting to look at the black pill and say, from a global perspective, what's going to be healthier for somebody. You know what I'm saying? The truth, the honesty, they can speak of, the honesty that's so raw that they can't even say it. You know what I'm saying? The black pill, you're limited to your country and the laws. You know what I'm saying? I think certain guys, like if you're in Russia, you're a black pillar in Russia, man. Most of your time, you're black pilled mentally. You know what I'm saying? Your whole thoughts and how you operate, what you think about the country, you can't really say nothing. You can't really say nothing unless you're willing to, pay for that opinion. You know what I'm saying? And that might be prison time and so on. So what I've come to realize is, man, the black pill has a limit. You know what I'm saying? The limit is America. You know what I mean? You can't really be you can't really be a black pillar outside of America. You know what I'm saying? Because, like let's say the homie Arabian or the homie JP, I'm talking to the homie JP and Arabian, they're in the States. We could talk. We could be trading black pill knowledge 24/7, because we all in America. That freedom of speech. We all in America, so we could be trading, talks and conversation about the black pill. But if some guys in, like the homie Arabian told me, if you're like in the Philippines or Let's say you're in the Philippines, there's limit to your speech, man. Freedom of speech. Like I tell guys, man, I love America, man. I love America. And a lot of people say, oh, you hate the country. No, you don't. You want it to reach its true potential. Somebody that really hates a country just accepts anything that happens for it. It's like that old cliche saying, what I'm saying? If you fall for it, if you accept everything, you fall for nothing. You know what I mean? So the healthiest people for a country are people that bring in other, aspects of conversation and point out the weaknesses and the issues with the country. That's the most benefiting type of people. But what I've come to realize is, man, there's a limit to the black pill. The limit is America. Like once you cross this American border, man, you can't really, you know what I mean? How can you be black pilled anymore? You know what I mean? How can you even hold a black pill conversation or even talk black pilled when you got to be in a proxy server? So I'm starting to think, you know what I mean? I'm not even thinking, I'm realizing that, yeah, dude, the black pill has a limit. And the black pill most likely is a nationalistic pill because the only time you could be fully black pilled and talk it out and, say what you got to say is if you're in America, you know. That's why I've seen most channels. I was on Medican's channel, shout out to Medican. He let me on there, show me none but respect, shout out to Medican. And but Medican, most of his channel, if you look at it, the guys running the channel, most people featured, they're not American. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only speak black pill and actually appeal to people that are in America. You know what I'm saying? The guys in Russia, you know what I'm saying? Let's say guys in Russia, a guy in Russia don't really, you know what I'm saying, where you could be a man to, to a higher degree than up here. What does he care about, certain divorce laws and all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Depending on the laws in Russia, you know. Let me see. James Young, I am not able to live overseas as I am disabled, but I can drive to the Coptic church in my area and meet Arab, Egyptians, Christians. Yeah, I mean, the thing is this, you can practice religion. You can do whatever you want on that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about overseas is this. One of the big problems with a lot of guys in America is they think overseas is you taking a plane, you know what I'm saying? You taking a plane and leaving the continent. Dude, America is built, North America has two countries, Mexico and Canada. You know what I'm saying? Mexico and Canada. If you go to Canada, you're overseas. You know what I'm saying? You go to Mexico, you're overseas, man. The laws completely change once you cross that border. You know what I'm saying? Once you cross that border, the laws change, you know? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys need to understand that. You know what I mean? The laws change once you cross that border. And what I'm starting to realize is, man, yeah, the black pill, has its limit, man. You know what I'm saying? The limit is once you leave America, man, you can't really fully operate on a black pill scale. You know what I mean? That's why I think the future for men is just like I was saying on that last video, the future for men's gonna be gissing, man. It's gonna be ghosting in society, you know what I mean? 24/7 ghosting in society because you can't really have any attachments anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't and what I mean by attachments is that you can't even be attached to the laws. You know what I mean? You can't be, for example, if you're ghosting, if you're a Casper pill or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're looking to prioritize your freedom and you're not even attached to the social or the traditions of that country you're in. So if you put a guy that's a Casper pill or a guy that's ghosting, that's a full-time ghost. I tell guys FTG, full-time ghost. You put that guy overseas, he's gonna adapt. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna adapt to that country to better maneuver. You know what I'm saying? Better maneuver. So what I've been looking at is, yeah, man, I think, and I think this is why the black pill community is always shrinking. You know what I'm saying? It's always shrinking. For example, if a guy gets his passport, let's say he gets his passport and he moves outside of America. You know what I'm saying? The passport bros thing is growing at an exponential rate. You know what I mean? It's increasing like crazy. That's why I said in I don't know, I don't remember if it was a live stream. Yeah, I think it was a live stream. I think it was Chad to Ghost, but I think the black pill community is gonna it's gonna shrink. It's gonna always be in free fall. It's always gonna be shrinking because the black pill is tied to America. You know what I'm saying? If a guy takes a flight outside of this country, you know what I'm saying? He's no longer affected by the issues here. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that happening, you know what I mean? I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. Let me put the stuff. Let me put the thing to be right back. Give me 1 second. Damn, where's this thing? Give me 1 second, please. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. And we'll be right back. We're taking a commercial break on Hold the Truth Hostage Radio, your number one radio station for pure, 100% unfiltered knowledge. You know what I mean? Or truth. Truth, glory, and the American way. The few, the proud, the Marines. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad saying. That saying's always been on fire, But like I'm saying, man, you know, the thing that's going on is that, man, once you go overseas, and I think this is why the black pill, like I said on a previous stream, is gonna basically free fall, you know, because every time somebody leaves America, you know what I'm saying, being black pilled, like I've been telling guys, with the gold pill is that once you start thinking on a global perspective, what's the problem? You no longer care about the issues here. You know what I'm saying? They don't bother you anymore. Once you realize that it's the location, you know what I'm saying? It's the location, not the problem. Then dude, it's over. Then you basically move on. So what I think that's going on, with the black pill is I think the black pill overall it's gonna shrink. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna have its effects, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people's talking points, they're gonna be, the black pill is basically affected how everybody talks. Chad was in the black pill, Maxing in the black pill, geomaxing, looks theory, all that. The black pill will always affect the talking points domestically. But I think in the long term, guys will basically start turning away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because what's happening is once you realize the problems and you realize that, you can only be black pilled based on your destination. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to some of the homies, uh, talking from other countries that hop on streams. But I think, man, it's going to change, man. It's going to change, and I think a lot of people in the long term will start turning away from the black pill. I think a lot of guys are going to turn away from it because the talking points will basically start losing value when your priorities are now, your mobility and your freedom, and that you understand that it's the location. You know what I'm saying? Once you understand that the issue is the location and the laws of that location, then dude, you're gonna eventually move away. You know? Oh, Brownsburg, what's good, man? You know what I'm saying? What's good, brother? The man himself. You know, in fact, let me open the. This stream won't be long, man. I'm probably gonna have a few more minutes. So I gotta handle something, but yeah, I'll just open it. Probably get some of y'all thoughts if you wanna hop on here and there. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm good, man. I mean, this stream is really about a realization I had, man. My realization is that the black pill is tied to America. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah, nah, I got you. You at work. Yeah, yeah, nah, yo, you at work, yo, get your money, man. Do what you gotta do. Don't worry about this stuff, man. Streaming is always an opportunity will always come, but you making your money, man. You doing the most black pill thing you can do is just make your money and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, don't risk that. Don't risk your money and what you're earning. But like I'm saying, man, the black pill is going to shrink, man. I think it's going to shrink even further because it's only a matter of time. What's coming now, what's coming in 2023, there's a lot of stuff happening. I don't got a lot of time to say everything, but what's coming down the pipeline is, man, the news and the media are really trying to avoid covering what's going on with this passport bros movement thing. The news and the media are really trying to stop it. Now, I joined TikTok. I'm on TikTok, man, and I've seen what TikTok can do, man. I mean, I'm on there with three followers, and I got like what is it? I got like 45 views, 15 views on a video. And I understand people are saying, yo, that isn't a lot, but what you got to understand is TikTok is allowing you to reach out to people. TikTok understands that, drama sells, man. TikTok understands that drama and controversy are good. You know what I'm saying? Censoring somebody is hurting it because, dude, we're in America. The biggest thing about America is freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? You could walk outside and say hello to somebody and he could tell you shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be like, oh my God, wow, that's how you feel. You know what I mean? Other countries, you don't know, man. They're more quiet. You know, just let me see what the homie Arabian said. Just as the British loyalists use fundings, funding. Oh, you talking about founding fathers left the English pill for the U.S. pill. We must leave the black pill for the bold gold pill. Yeah, I mean, the gold pill is the future, man. It's happening. A lot of guys are realizing, yo, you get that passport, you're free. The difference between the passport bros, a lot of guys they're flying overseas and this is what's gonna happen. And the news is trying to avoid covering this passport bros things. The news is terrified. The news is terrified that all a man needs is 130 to about $175. You get a passport and you're free. It's done. It's a done deal for just let me put my freaking TV advertisement voice for just $130 to about 175. You could leave right now. You get a passport card. You could leave right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you order right now, we will give you a lifetime supply of Stop Simping, the award-winning DVD. You know what I'm saying? And if you order right now, we might even get you a special called No Knee Touching in the Closet. You know what I'm saying? Which could really help you. You know what I'm saying? Could keep your manhood. No knee touching in the closet. Like I'm saying is that the news is really trying to limit this. And I'm on TikTok right now And the reason I bring up TikTok is that TikTok is owned by China. TikTok is owned by China. And right now, when it comes to social media sites, the site you could be the most American you can be out of all the top social media sites, it's TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And the Zoomers are eating up the content on TikTok. The Zoomers are eating it, devouring it. And, TikTok's influence is bigger than YouTube right now. You know, TikTok, in all honesty, is the most influential, next to, even more than Twitter and all of them. So right now, this passports event has gone viral on TikTok to an insane degree where I think the passport bros is averaging over probably over 2 million views a day, just that subject matter. And right now in America, the news stations, the news stations are desperately trying to avoid covering the mass exodus of men from America. You know what I'm saying? The mass exodus. They're really avoiding it. Because here's the thing, man. If you watch Andrew Tate, if you watch Andrew Tate, here's the thing I got to tell you. Why to me, I don't see no value in Andrew Tate. I just see I just see a scam artist. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I see a global scammer. What's good, OJ, man? What's good, brother? You know what I'm saying? I know OJ out there. When there's a rise of women, with duck statues, we know what it is. But yeah, yeah, oh, twerking, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but what's going on is like I'm saying, man, they're desperately trying to keep this passport things on hold. They're keeping it on hold because when the thing about the red pill, and this is why Andrew Tate is getting interviewed by mainstream channels, and I think he was on Pierce Morgan like 2 times. Because, dude, the red pill does not remove the opportunity to simplify a man. It doesn't remove the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't remove the opportunity because the red pill tells men just stay here and suffer. Because that's what a man is, hard times. The red pill, that whole narrative is about telling men to idolize their suffering. You know what I'm saying? That to define manhood is to basically be suffering. That's why you see Andrew Tate telling guys, "Oh man, you got to stay in America." Yo, Andrew, tell him, Andrew. Well, you got to stay in America. You should be strong. You have to be tough. You got to be alpha. You got to urinate Gatorade. You got to urinate Gatorade, and in the words of Rocky's trainer, you got to shit out lightning. You know what I mean? That's why you hear this bullshit. The red pill, and we buried it. Let me pull this up, man. We had a burial for the red pill years ago. You know what I'm saying? Let me look for that burial. I don't think I threw it away. Where is that thing? Damn, I can't. I don't think I can find it. Yeah, there it is, right here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This thing's been buried forever, man. I'm not recommending any man to join TikTok. No, James, TikTok isn't evil, man. TikTok, in all honesty, it's probably the most American social media site out right now. And it's crazy that for you to go on a for you to go on a social media app that allows you freedom of speech, I'm not saying it's complete. It allows you some freedom of speech is basically, you know what I'm saying? You got to be on TikTok. YouTube is just begging people to leave because YouTube is positioning itself to be a replacement for television. That's why Jimmy Kimmel, SNL are going trending and all that stuff, even though nobody's watching SNL. You know what I'm saying? And they make it trend. They alter the search results, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Too late, James. If I don't want to go outside to meet some cat, TikTok is there. Oh, Arabian, you wild, man. So, the cat's out of the hat, man. A lot of the Zoomers are paying attention. And I think TikTok, this is why YouTube, you got the Manosphere president now selling his services for $500 an hour. You could talk to a man that basically wifed up a hooker. You know what I'm saying? The red pill is now desperate because a lot of these red pillars, they don't appeal to the Zoomers, man. I was gonna do a stream not too long ago, but I was gonna basically point out the most dangerous men that could give you advice. The most dangerous men that can give you advice, man, if you're a young man online and on YouTube, the most dangerous men that could give you advice is the fucking, I don't count the boomers because the boomers, they're not really online. You're not gonna find besides Tony Bruno's old ass, you're not gonna find many 60-year-old men, stalking younger men and trying to talk to them. So the boomers aren't really the problem. But I think the most dangerous men to give men advice right now is Gen X. And what is the majority? What is the majority of the dating coaches and guys in the red pill manosphere? The biggest guys, they're Gen X. The majority of guys in the manosphere giving you advice, setting you up to fail, and borderline giving you advice to land you in jail, or flat out have you sacrifice your own life, is Gen X. I mean, the majority of guys in the red pill, you know what I'm saying? Gen Xers, you know what I'm saying? You got a you got a bulldog mindset. I think he's a Gen Xer. You know what I'm saying? I think Coach Greg Adams is a Gen Xer. I think I'm not sure about Fresh and Fit. Maybe they're Gen X. I'm not 100% sure. But a lot of the guys in the manosphere giving you advice where they want you to run into the fire. Because the thing is, Gen Xers grew up, idolizing the boomers. They believe that you got to run into the fire to become a man, rather than, yo, that place is on fire, dog. I'm not going in there. I'm gonna do something else. The Gen Xers believe, yeah, you got to run into the fire. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of guys that's giving you the most dangerous advice is Gen X. And then, above Gen X is going to be the boomers. The boomers are giving you the most, I'd say the boomers are, in all honesty, the boomers are giving you, to reference the Taliban, that's what they're giving you. They're giving you Taliban grade advice. They basically, the boomers will tell you, strap something on your chest, run there, run in there, have some confidence, and just, go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? That's how the boomers will tell you, go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, oh yeah, the homie, yeah, there's more educated stuff on TikTok. Yeah, my brother JP, man, yo, the stream is open, man. You already know, but yeah, I mean TikTok to me, you know what I mean? It's the future, man, and a lot of these PUAs. A lot of these PUAs, man, are basically they're on their way out. A lot of guys in a manosphere where their bread and butter is YouTube, they on their way out. Even if YouTube implemented all this short video crap, YouTube just has too big of a shit stain on it. Too big of a shit stain for the younger generation to really stick on it. I mean, YouTube. I'm usually on YouTube for like what is it, tutorials, video tutorials, probably a little news here and there, some updates, but YouTube is basically on its way out, man. TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Hell, well, I mean, Arabian, you already know, man. Instagram is thought it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Thought it out on Instagram, thought it out on TikTok. This is the society we live in. You know what I'm saying? We're in the thought society. Oh, that's hard. Somebody make a shirt of that. We're in the thought society. You know, it it was predicted it would be a land where women would slut walk. You know, high body counts would be seen as a badge of honor. You know, having multiple children would be seen as a high achievement. It is known as the thought society. The thought society. You know what I'm saying? Well, nah, man, the women can't be in the pills. That's another big scam. You see all these you see pearly things. Oh, I've taken the red pill. You can't take the red pill. You're a woman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Oh, the what? Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Understand. Oh, damn, man. It's always a troll. You can't have troll free, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see women coming. I took the red pill. You can't take the red pill. The whole pill space is for men, man. You know what I mean? A woman is excluded because the government has given her free rights. There's nothing earned. You know what I'm saying? And you're not a man. You know what I mean? So you see pearly things. You see all these simp hunter channels popping up. And a lot of them are running the same old plays. I forget, you got Roman Army, that's a simp hunter channel. And there's actually a clone of Roman Army. There's like a fat black chick with tattoos all over her. That's like the black version of Roman Army. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of simp hunters out here, man. You know, to me, man, it's over, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Pearly things is thought it out, man. But to me, a lot of guys need to understand, man. You know, the danger of the passport is that when men get this passport and realize, dude, it's the location and the laws, it's over. A lot of men, and that's why they're trying to hold it off. But the Zoomers are going viral, man. The great thing about the Zoomers is that they're not attached. The Zoomers are far less attached to physical things than us millennials. You know what I'm saying? Us millennials still have, we still have the smell of Gen Xers on us. You know what I'm saying? We grew up idolizing Gen X. Most millennial celebrities we look up to or we enjoy are either Gen X or boomers. You know what I'm saying? I can barely name, if you were to ask me right now, you'll name an actor that's a Zoomer or name an actor that's even a millennial. It's hard. It's hard to name. But I can name you like 550 damn boomer actors and 50 damn Gen X actors at the snap of a finger. You know what I'm saying? We idolize the the Gen Xers. You know what I'm saying? Method Man, Red Man. You know what I mean? We idolize them. But the Zoomers idolize what? YouTube and streamers and all that. And the thing you gotta understand with the Zoomers is they basically idolize people that pop up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? This channel one day could just bam, at the snap of a finger, I go viral. You got 50,000 subs, and now all of a sudden you got people talking about it like I'm some celebrity or something. And then some other guy pops up and replaces me. The Zoomers are used to people coming in their life and coming out. It's very hard for the Zoomers to have attachment to people. And I think after the Zoomers, when Gen Alpha finally grows up, like I think Gen Alpha's approaching age 18. So when Gen Alpha grows up, man, they're gonna be even far less attached, you know. And that's why a lot of these Gen Xers are suffering, man. It's done. Yeah, yeah, yo, Arabian, you already know, man. Good for you, man. I was boomer pilled as a kid. I grew up with boomer parents since they had me at a later age. I grew up with, yeah, dude. I grew up, man. I grew up watching stuff from the '70s, thinking it was new. Like I'll be watching the old Scooby Doo shows from the '70s, and me and my brothers thought they were new episodes. You know what I'm saying? Or I would be watching old shows from the '70s, thinking they were new. Because we were fresh off the boat. You know what I mean? So we see what we see. But to me, I think the black pill, man, yeah, the black pill's limitation is America. And as more guys get their passports and fly overseas, And as more black pillars, one I was talking to one of the homies that's black pilled. Well, Matt Welsh is a perfect example. Gen X. Oh, my homie Spec was good, man. I got the link open up for. Yeah, we'll probably chop it up for another 20 minutes. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. The thing is this, man. We grew up idolizing, man. I still can't say his name. It hurts, man. It hurts to think Tommy's dead, man. And you know what? I gotta say something, man. I've been listening to the Jackson Five a lot, man. I've been listening to the Jackson Five. When you get a chance, bro, listen to the Jackson Five, bro. They got listen to a song called My Corner in the Sky. That shit is fire. My Corner in the Sky is a classic. I've been listening to the Jackson Five, and I'm gonna be real with you, man. I miss Michael Jackson, man. I miss Michael Jackson, man. You know what I'm saying? The more I listen to the Jackson Five, I'm like, dang, you listen to Michael Jackson when he was a little kid singing, man, enjoying his life as a little kid and grew up to, a super idol, but he self-destruct and then the media buried him, man. The media just destroyed him. And I grew and I've been listening to some Jackson Five, man, and I find myself just sad, man. Like I miss Michael Jackson, man. I really miss Michael Jackson, man. You know what I'm saying? I find myself listening to the Jackson Five just saying, damn, man, I miss Michael Jackson, man. Really, really sad, man. Really sad. Mike is gone, bro. You know, Mike is gone, man. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Neo Wolf, you already know. Yeah, the black pill, to me, I've done some research. The more I think about it, the black pill is attached to America. You know what I'm saying? And once you leave America, the black pill actually you can't be black pilled anymore because now being black pilled is a risk for your life. Because I mean, try being black pilled in Turkey. Try being black pilled in the Middle East. Try being black pilled in Russia. Try being black pilled in I'm trying to think of Egypt and all these other countries, you know what I'm saying, where freedom of speech is gone. You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking to somebody overseas about the black pill and they know they don't have freedom of speech, you're basically somewhat what I've been thinking about is I think you're kind of it's a little pressure for them to do something that will harm them. You know what I'm saying? Say something out loud that would probably hurt them in their country. So, what I mean, I'm gonna be stepping away a little more from, I'm still gonna be doing black pill content, but I think speaking from the perspective of gissing, which is GIS, ghosting in society, is gonna be healthier for most men. I think it's gonna be healthier because we need to disattach. We need to disattach to the system to be free, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, I've been listening to some Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, man. It really hurt me, man. It really hurt that I listened to the Jackson 5 and I'm like, man, I miss Michael Jackson, man. I'm like, dog, he was a superstar, man. He was a once in a lifetime musician. And you know what I'm saying? And to listen to the Jackson 5 is more innocent when he was a kid days and you hear that evolution of his voice. And for you to see what the media did to him, to see what he did to himself, you're like, damn, man. Michael Jackson is a tragedy, man. But I do miss Michael Jackson, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, man. You know what I mean? But Selena Dion pilled 95 to 98 when she still had her looks. Arabian, you wilding out. Yeah, but like I'm saying, man, the thing is, we're headed to that point, man, where you know, I think what's gonna happen is the black pill's gonna free fall. I think what's gonna happen is the biggest talking point now is gonna be the passport bros thing because TikTok, and you could ask the homie Neo Wolf, TikTok allows you to talk a lot more than YouTube and doesn't limit your views as much. I've seen Neo Wolf channel on there. He encouraged me, and I went on TikTok. Shout out to the homie Nail Wolf. Shout out to the homie, Coach Soap Pill. You know what I mean? They told me check it out, and I've checked out TikTok. I'm gonna be doing more stuff on there, but and TikTok now allows you to do videos for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, bro. 10 minutes is killing YouTube, man. And YouTube just launched another stupid thing because YouTube doesn't want its creators. YouTube is trying to market itself to television networks and TV stations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Oh, you saw it, huh? Spec, you saw that? Yeah, Yahoo published Passport Bros thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my man. Yeah, I am 31 and disabled. I have been bipolar. I dealt with this since I was 22. I deal with suffering, but the manosphere liberated me. I see society for what it is. And my brother James Young, man, respect to you, man. Respect to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Respect to you, man. And you could heal, man. You can heal, man. That's why I think the ghosting is gonna be the healthiest thing because you know what's looks theory and everything like that. A lot of guys don't care anymore about attachment to this domestic system. You know what I mean? If you've never dated any woman since you were like in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be reminded about that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be reminded about that. And I think a lot of guys they're gonna start stepping away from the black pill. I've been watching a lot of channels, where the numbers are dropping. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are dropping not because there's not support, but because, dude, guys are realizing, yeah, man, I just got to take a flight. You got to understand that. And they did the math that 20 in 2018, they did the number that 20% of men in America aren't getting sex. That was 2018. Now let's let's play around with that number. Let's say in 2023, about 40% of men are not getting sex in America. So let's say 40% of men are not getting sex in America. So when you say that 40% of men aren't getting sex here, what's the point of staying here? There's a lot of people shaming the passport bros. I see it where videos of people saying, yo, you know, why they just going there for sex here and there. But here's the thing, dude. If there's a 40% chance in America you're not gonna get any sex, and let's be honest, it's probably 60%. Let's just say 60%. If there's a 60% chance you won't get laid here, you know what I'm saying? You won't get laid here, bro. You're gonna move. You're gonna travel. You're gonna go to Mexico. You're gonna go to, what I'm saying? You're gonna go to DR. You're gonna go to Eastern Europe. You're gonna go overseas. Like if you're one of the biggest issues we have in a manosphere is, I'm an older guy. I'm in my mid 30s. You know what I'm saying? My mid 30s. So a lot of the younger guys that are in their 20s, 18 years old and all that, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear, yo, man, just, you know, look for interesting things and vacations. A lot of the guys overseas, man, oh damn, what did Spec say? I would say 4 out of 10 men are famished from snuggles. Damn. 4 out of 10 men aren't getting anything. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. Gotta, I gotta get my charger. My charger for the phone. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you gotta look at if you do the math, and then you gotta add in the guys are younger. Younger men are not trying to fly overseas to get married, man. They're trying to fly overseas to you know what I'm saying, get rid of that desert, man. Get rid of that desert and actually swim in something wet, man. You know what I'm saying? Younger men are trying to get out of that dry spell. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of young men out here that, you know what I'm saying, the only video game they still play in the bedroom is the Prince of Persia because all they got is sand, you know. You gotta give me that one. That was a good one, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of young men. All they have to look for is the sands of time because it's dry, man. It's a fucking desert. You know what I'm saying? They look at their bed and they don't see the difference between their bed and the fucking sand on the beach. That's how dry and there's no action in that fucking bed. That's how fucked up it is, man. And you got older men in the manosphere, you know, telling these younger men that, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't do nothing about that. You know? You know what I'm saying? One video I saw by Elliot Hulse said, you know, Elliot Hulse basically said if you're a young man and you're, you know what I'm saying, give me a minute. Yeah, Elliot Hulse basically said if you're a young man and you're not getting any sex, don't do anything. Don't do anything. And he laughed at the screen. He laughed at the suffering of all these young men that ain't getting nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't getting nothing. You know what I mean? So a lot of young men, they're looking to travel, dude. They're looking to travel to get some sex, man. You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. You want to know why there's nothing wrong with going overseas for sex? Because you naturally can't get it here. So what are they doing wrong? Give me a minute. Let me take this banner out, this brand thing. Give me a minute. Yeah, yeah. So the thing is this, man. A lot of the younger men, man, they're going overseas. They're going overseas to satisfy the needs that they can't get here. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know, like the homie Spec said, is that, you know, and I don't even think it's 4 out of 10. I honestly think it's probably six out of 10 men aren't getting anything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Mid 30s, yeah. So you got me beat. Early 30s here, yeah. Hey man, Arabian man. You know what I'm saying? I could be like an older cousin to you, man. Older cousin, man. You know what I'm saying? Arabian. Show some respect, man. Show some respect to your older cousin, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So let me see. Recently traveled to go to a core Orthodox Christian monastery in the U.S., but it liberated me. Yeah, yeah. Found your inner peace. Yeah, respect. You know what I mean? And oh, look at that. Yeah, OG. Yeah. Like I said, traveling channels are blowing up, man. A lot of men, because the passport thing is blowing up, is a lot of men are looking at expat channels, travel channels to get advice on how to live overseas. You know what I'm saying? The cat is out of the bag, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of men now know that, yeah, if you want to satisfy your needs, you're gonna have to leave here, man. If you want to be somewhere you won't be a toxic masculinity, you gotta leave. And when these men leave and they get a taste of it, dude, they're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of the men that are basically, you know, part of the 60% of men that ain't getting laid, you don't give a damn. You taking that flight. You know what I'm saying? Well, Austin to me, man, Austin, I think his name, what is it? Austin Holland or something? I think Austin Holland's a simp, man. He's a simp with a passport, you know, because he went all the way to Brazil to talk about dating single moms. And then he went to there's even a video of him going in Brazil to a gay section of the beach. I mean, my bad, the closet section of the beach to get women. What straight man would be going to the closet section of Brazil to get women. You know what I'm saying? And then you're disrespecting those guys that are, you know what I'm saying, they're not straight and they want their own space in the beach. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Oh yeah, coasting through life was good, man. Yeah, the rise of the gold pill. Yeah. I mean, the thing is this, man. A lot of men are traveling overseas. And as more men go overseas, they're not coming back, man. There's going to be a mass exodus of men. And the thing is, the reason the media is scared is you got to understand this passport bros thing is blowing up on TikTok. And a lot of, unlike the manosphere, one thing I saw on the passport bros that I really like and I really think they're pushing to, they're going to get a lot more traction and attention is that a lot of these passport bro content creators, man, they're like in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? They're like in their 20s and they're basically telling young guys, yo, man, fuck sitting here, you know, paying for some dating course and all that bullshit, man. Go where you and the passport bros, you know, shout out to, you know, Brazil Yeesh. He's going viral on TikTok every day, man. Every day. I saw his last video on his TikTok. It's at 400,000. He's at 400,000 his views up there. You know what I'm saying? And TikTok, the reason I'm talking about TikTok is that TikTok is in China. They're so removed. And if you look at the way TikTok's operating, it's very black pilled, man. The way China's saying, yo, that's the American country. That ain't our country. It don't matter if the men are complaining about being divorced or, you know, talking about the dating market and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. That doesn't affect China. It doesn't affect China that an American man is on TikTok talking about the dating scene. It doesn't affect it. You know what I mean? You know, tell you higher stone. No, bro, I'm not high, bro. I'm sober, man. I've always been the guy where people think, you know, they think I'm high or you know, on drugs because, you know, I'm a very humorous guy. That's why I love weed, man. Weed, when I first smoked weed, man, you know, I felt like I found my identity, man. Weed is like, you know, weed was so much me, man. It just amplified who I am. My favorite strain of weed is, man, it's hard to get, is red diesel, man. Sour red diesel, man. That was the first weed I ever smoked and it was fucking fire, man. I smoked sour red diesel, man. The happiness I felt, you know what I'm saying? The joy, you know, cheeks was up, the happiness, man. It was crazy. But nah, but me, I'm sober, man. I've been sober for, well, I haven't smoked weed in a while. You know what I mean? With weed, I'm on and off, you know, but you know, like I'm saying, is the passport bros thing is a lot of Zoomers are accepting it. The Zoomer men are tired. You know, this is why I say we millennials have our weakness. The weakness of the millennials is we were jealous of Gen Xers, and most of the movies we grew up on, like, you know, I grew up on American Pie. You know what I'm saying? Grew up on American Pie, Road Trip. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the 90s films were based on the lifestyle of either Gen X lifestyles or the boomers, you know what I'm saying? Or semi boomers, or whatever. So a lot of the stuff we want as millennials is tied to the Gen Xers, you know what I'm saying? Road trip, you want to do all these things. But the Zoomers grew up in an age, you know, I tell guys 2010 is when it all ended. We're in the overage. The Zoomers grew up in the age of toxic masculinity, transition. The Zoomers, man, the Zoomers, you gotta look at their life, man. If just imagine growing up in the year 2010s, where you see videos of drag queens teaching young kids, man, reading them books. You see music videos of adult men saying they're coming for your children. You know what I'm saying? Imagine growing up in that era, man. This is why I say 2010s is the overage. We're in the overage right now. We're in the overage. You know what I'm saying? The overage started in 2010. 2010, it went full blown. You know what I'm saying? Went full blown, and it's pretty much over. You know, it's truly over, man. No term relationships. Just imagine your mind. That's why the Zoomer guys are jumping on this passport thing ASAP. They're like, dude, their memories, they don't remember anything good because there wasn't anything good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to remember the 2010s. Like, I think the only positive thing I remember was probably 2010 to about 2012. Then it went to hell. You know what I'm saying? Then all the propaganda, and it all started as soon as Obama became president. It just, his second term, towards his second term, he revved it up, man. The propaganda just went on Godzilla mode. You know what I'm saying? Godzilla mode. And if you're a Zoomer growing up, and I talked to some Zoomers, man. I can't remember the homie's channel right now, but I chopped it up with him. And dude, the shit he told me, man, yo, being a Zoomer was a nightmare. With what he told me growing up as a Zoomer, it sounded like a horror story, man. It sounded like a horror story. And if you look at these Zoomers, they're like, man, I don't want to be here. I'll fly overseas, you know what I'm saying? And I've talked to some Zoomers that tell me, yeah, man, I work here, I save my money, and I fly overseas every 2 to 3 months. You know what I'm saying? We millennials weren't even flying to another state. You know what I mean? We millennials weren't even flying to another state, man. And the Zoomers are flying outside of the country. You know what I'm saying? They're flying outside of the country. Oh, Elliot Halst, dude, Elliot Halst to me, man, you know, that video Elliot Halst did where he laughs at young men for not getting any sex. He says, if you feel like you want to have sex, young man, don't do nothing. So just let your hormones run wild and torture you. You know what I'm saying? Rather than Elliot Halst saying, yo, young man, I know what you're going through. You know, get your passport, young man. Do what you gotta do, man. Go to a location where you're wanted. And the Zoomers, I was talking to a Zoomer, man. A Zoomer described what's going on, man. And the Zoomer told me, man, his lifestyle was horror. His lifestyle was, dude, a guy in a closet trying to ask him out, and he can't just say, yo, man, get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me, man. I'm not into that shit, man. You can't. Because guess what? The Zoomers grew up at a time where your school could expel you, then your school could connect it online, and you could become a hate crime guy. There's a little kid right now. There's a kid, I think he was like 4 years old or 6 years old, and he's being hit with a Me Too case for just, you know, playing with a girl in his class. He's being hit with a Me Too case at fucking 4 to 6 years old. It's over, man. Welcome to the over age, man. If you don't believe it's over by now, man, I think to me you should be tested for drugs, man. You should be tested for drugs if you really think there's any hope and all that bullshit, man. You should be tested for drugs. Right now, there's a kid who's 6 years old who got Me Too. He got expelled from his school because he was playing with a girl in his class. He got expelled at 6 years old. The trauma. Just think about it. He's 6 years old. He's playing with her, you know, play fighting, whatever he's doing. And they just drag him out of the class at 6. Drag him out of his class. He's crying. Then they tell him you're expelled out of the school. They put his photo all over the internet. It's 6 years old, man. And you think this Gen Alpha boy is gonna grow up and say, I wanna fucking stay here? Are you crazy, man? What the fuck's wrong with you? Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Are you insane? This is why Zoomers, I think the Zoomers will be the warm up. The Zoomers are the warm up generation, man. The Gen Alpha, man, the horror they're going through. Just think of being, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was what is it? I was in like eighth grade around. I think I was in eighth grade around like 19. What was it? 99 or something. I can't remember. But just imagine, bro. And this is the problem with a lot of guys making content in the manosphere when they get older. They can't put their mind, they can't try to basically think what the younger generation is going through. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine, bro. Imagine you're a high schooler and you're in class, you're in school and you got drag queens hollering at you. You got dudes in a closet trying to invite you to the closet and you can't tell them, yo, get the fuck away from me, man. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. And you can't say that openly without them saying, dude, you doing a hate crime or you're bullying. You know what I'm saying? Or just imagine you're not in high school. You know what I'm saying? You're in pre-K and this shit ain't no imagination. This really happened. A kid that's 6 years old got expelled and me too'd for just playing with his fucking classmate. You know what I'm saying? And you're wondering why these Zoomers are basically saying, yeah, I'm taking my passport. I'm getting the fuck out, man. I'm going to sleep with I'm going to get my needs, my sexual needs done overseas. I'm doing whatever I can't do here. Some guys, and here's the thing you gotta understand. Some guys are flying overseas just to experience normal. You hear what I'm saying? Do you hear this? Some guys are flying overseas just to experience what it's like to be around normal fucking people. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucked up things have become, man. That you gotta fly overseas to experience normal. Like, you let's say you went to the Dominic. Let's say let me try to put a country on. Let's say you went to South. I think South. Let's say you went to Ghana. Ghana's a spot in Africa. You went there just to experience normal. Like you go to Ghana and nobody's advocating for drag queens to teach young children. Nobody's advocating for a man to to remove toxic masculinity by having a transition. Nobody's allowing a mother to basically eliminate her son's sexuality because she's angry at his father. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a reason to fly overseas right now. You want to experience normal, fly overseas. That's how fucked up shit has become, man. You want to experience normal, you got to go overseas. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, man. Let me take this thing off, man. It's been on too long. But yeah, you want to experience normal, you got to go overseas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Black Pill community. You want a normal max, you want a normal max, dude, go overseas. You want a normal max. You want to know how it's like to actually be amongst normal people? You know what I'm saying? Go overseas, man. Just the normal max. You know what I'm saying? If somebody would have hit me up and was like, "Yo, man, I went overseas, yo. I went overseas. Hold the truth hostage. I went overseas, and guess what, bro? People were normal." I would be like, "Holy shit! What you mean? Go into more detail, man. What you mean by normal? Yo, uh, children were playing outside. Oh shit, for real? Children were playing outside? Yeah, yo. Boys and girls were just playing at school. Holy shit. What? You serious? You serious? Yeah, yo, man. I saw a guy ask a girl out. She said no, and he kept it moving. What? She didn't spaz out on him like she didn't accuse him or something? Nah, man. It was normal. Holy what? You lying. You lying, man. You gotta be kidding me. You're telling me you experienced normal? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. I haven't experienced normal in damn near 20 years. You experience normal? What the fuck, man? That's crazy. That's crazy talk, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he could tell me, yeah, yo, hold the truth hostage. I was in Jamaica, man, and I just saw the father walking with his son, and you know, he said he was going to put his son into boot camp. He was going to put his son into boot camp, and his wife ain't say nothing. He just took his son to boot camp. You know what I'm saying? No agreements, no arguments, nothing. He took his son to boot camp, and now his son's in boot camp. Whoa, what? But he didn't get her approval. He didn't. How? How is this? How are you doing this? What you mean? How did he decide to put his son into boot camp without his wife's agreement? You know what I'm saying? How? I mean, wow, that's normal. So you tell me he was a father? Yeah, yeah, that's some normal shit, man. Wow. So you tell me I gotta fly overseas to experience normal? God damn, shit is fucked up, man. Shit is fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how fucked up it is, man. And you think Gen Z's looking at it. If you grew up in a school system from the 2010s, you know what I'm saying? If you grew up in a school system in 2010s, shit, man. I wouldn't be surprised if you suffer from PTSD, man. Post traumatic stress disorder, worrying about you can't say this, you can't do that, you can't get in a fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't do this, you can't do that. You can't, play hard. You can't say, yo, you throw like a girl, even though she's a girl. You know what I'm saying? You can't even tell a girl she throws like a girl when she's a girl. That's how crazy shit is, man. For you to experience normal, you gotta fly overseas, man. This is how fucked up the social system is domestically. For you to just experience, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all take some time, man. Think about that. For you to experience normal, you have to fly overseas, man. You know what I'm saying? I might have just gave everybody on here a reason to fly overseas right now. You know what I'm saying? If you want to experience normal, fly overseas. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy it is, man. Let me see what the homie Arabian said. Yes, you don't realize, honestly, demented the West is till you see how the third world is with their solid families and close friendships. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. Yo, I would not be surprised. And think about it. You know what I'm saying? One thing going on in the US right now, man, see what the homie, my mom said that back in, yeah, your mom. I mean, the thing is this, man, a lot of people want to try to say, yo, we misogynist. No, man. The homie Arabian right here said that's what his mom said. You see, when a woman's allowed to be with a man that has authority and masculinity, that man's mind, she becomes an extension of that man's mind. So, your mom having your father around, and he's a man, he's allowed to be a man. She can basically operate on behalf of him. Like when you go to a foreign family, you know what I'm saying? The mom doesn't beat her kids because she wants to beat the kids. She beats the kids because the father's at work and he can't do it. So she's disciplining the kids on behalf of their father. You go to most foreign families, and you'll see that where the mom's like, I gotta, your father. They'll always mention the father when they're beating the child. Disciplining the child by saying, your father wouldn't be so happy with this. Your father, your father, your father. Now let's reverse it, right? Let's reverse it to the West. The West is she uses your father as a way to shame you in your existence. She basically uses this to shame half of your existence. You know what I'm saying? You're just like your father from a negative spectrum. Now, think about a child growing up. A lot of people get surprised. A lot of younger boys in single mom households are growing up to want to be more than meets the eye. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on, man. More than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? T men in, women in. Oh yeah, there it is. Women in disguise. More than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's a better way of saying it, than saying the T word. Well, actually, you can say Transformers more than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens. Your mom becomes an extension of your father. Oh, Finley, yeah, I forgot what normal was. Yeah, yo, Finley, you're not alone, bro. You're not alone, man. Normal, what's crazy, man? Normal feels like a distant fucking it feels like a distant memory, man. It's just, as time passes, normal feels. You know what's crazy, Finley, my homie, man? You know what's crazy? Normal has become nostalgic. Think about that. Normal is nostalgic for you now. Just thinking about normal things, you're like, wow, shit, man, that's nostalgic. Just thinking about when shit was normal. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. If people immigrate to the US is not keeping up with the news. No, no. Well, a lot of people are immigrating here and they're making their money here. I mean, the immigrants here, they've been ahead of a lot of men. I mean, you gotta look at the whole passport bros thing. The thing about the passport bros, if you look at it, it's really what foreign men been doing. A lot of foreign men, like I had a coworker who was African. He would be working here and building his house back in Africa. He was married back in Africa. He had his family back in Africa. He was only here in the West to make money. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 90s, we used to think that was stupid. That we were thinking, oh, they were poor, man. You're poor. You're sending your money back to your poor country instead of us thinking, dude, he's sending his money like $1 in America is worth far more in Mexico, far more in Africa than it's worth here. That guy's a genius. That guy's a damn genius. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are learning. These tactics aren't new. A lot of the foreign people are moving here. And I think the foreign generation, the first generation, they'll be okay. Like when a mom and dad move here, like let's say a couple's they're from let's say they're from let's say they're from let's say they're from the Dominican Republic. So they move here. They're so happy to just have the opportunity for jobs, make more money, you know what I'm saying? Less corruption, less crime, less fear. So the first generation when they come here, they see the American dream. You know what I'm saying? They're just so happy. The finish line for the first generation is just getting to America. That's the finish line. But then their children growing up here, they really get to experience it. Then you have a traditional man from Italy. Well, not Italy, yeah, let's say Italy, a traditional man from Italy. Then he sees his son with a tattoo at 13. And then he can't beat the shit out of his son. He can't slap the shit out of his son because the system set it up where you can't discipline your children. Only the authority can. Only the government, only the police can basically discipline your children. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy it is in the West. So what happens is the first generation, when they move here, you know what I'm saying? When they move here, they're so happy for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Just making it to America is a big W. Just making it here is a big W. So while they're here, their children, they don't really, by the time they realize it, it's too late that their children are basically being sacrificed to the culture and the laws of this system. So a lot of third world countries, third world families, whatever you want to call it, By the time they realize the damage that's being done, it's too late. I remember growing up here where I would be at school and the teachers would set me up, man. Like a teacher would grade me wrong, or teachers would antagonize me and try to do some shit. And I'd go to my parents and they'd be like, no, they would never do that. This is America. They would never do none of that. They would never manipulate or mess with your grades. No, the teacher would not hate you and favor the rest of the students. No, they won't treat you differently because you weren't born here. You know what I'm saying? The parents are just so happy to be in America that they can't see the negative. And then what happens is their children learning English, their children learn English, and their children technically become the um the adult. Their children technically become the people that are in charge. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, my English was way better than my mom's. You know what I'm saying? So I could basically, when the teachers were mad at me, I could reverse it. She don't really understand that good English, so I could say whatever I want. So a lot of the children from third world families, they inherit a position of power they would not have back home. So let's say your mom is from give me a minute. You know what I mean? So, a lot of the children of third world families, they inherit a power of supervision. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of kids, and I've gone to a store, like I went to a Mexican store, buy me some food from this Mexican store. And telling me, guess who was talking to me? It wasn't the parents. The parents couldn't speak English. It was their children. Think about that much level of power that a child inherits because their parents can't speak the language. So a lot of the children basically, they when they move here, this is why you see a lot of first generation families basically become destroyed, is that the parents are just so happy to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? They made it, you know what I'm saying? This is the finish line. You got to understand, when you make it to the finish line of a race, nothing else happens. So that's the mind of the parents of a kid from a third world country or from overseas. You know what I'm saying? Their parents are just so happy to be here that they can't see any negatives. You know what I'm saying? I am an American and I see my country as a big Satan. I don't trust the government, so I goes to, yeah, pop culture and elites rule this country. Yeah, well, I mean, shout out to the homie James Young. I'm gonna tell you something, man, and I learned this while I was talking to somebody today. Is that you gotta understand the government is father. One thing, this is why I say the black pill, the black pill way of thinking, it's above every other form of thinking. Is that most of the red pillars talk that bullshit? Oh, daddy government. Okay, if the government is daddy, then who's mommy? Who's mommy? The mommy is the corporations. You know what I'm saying? The corporations is mom. You know what I'm saying? And daddy is the government. You know what I'm saying? And who and what you might want to clip this. What I'm about to drop here, man, it might warp your mind, man. It might really update your brain. What I'm about to drop here is really like, it's like me updating your software, man. This is what the Black Pill 3.0 is. Black Pill is always evolving. You know what I'm saying? And the Black Pill, you can only access this level of knowledge in America. But what I'm about to say right now is gonna basically upgrade your mind. You know what I'm saying? After you hear this shit, you won't be able to function the same anymore. So if you don't want to change your way of thinking, I would say leave the stream right now. You could stop watching it. You could leave right now, because what I'm about to drop will basically alter your brain. It's gonna enlighten you to a level that will scare you. Okay, let me finish it. All right. So if the government, think about it. What I'm about to say here, please listen carefully. After you listen to this, you're gonna understand why you have to ghost. Ghosting is the only option. You know what I'm saying? There is no other option besides ghosting. But let me drop this. Not, I'm gonna drop this black pill is too powerful. It might you might vomit after listening to this. You might throw up after you listen to this shit. But it's gonna alter your whole fucking way of thinking. But here it is. Here it is, man. And people they gonna start copying this. They gonna steal this talking point because that's what I do. I'm ahead of most people. But let me say this. Listen carefully. Please listen to this part carefully. The government is her daddy. All right. So the government's her daddy, right? So the government makes all the rules, right? That's the role of a father in the household. The father makes all the rules. So if the government's her daddy, the government would make all the rules, right? So what is her mother? Her mother is the corporations. And what do mothers do? The mothers dress up the children. The mothers basically take care of the kid when the father's not around. So what I'm about to drop here, keep up with me. Keep up with me. So when the father's not around, so the government's her father, right? So you see this independent woman complex going on. So when the father's not around, the corporations basically raise and decide how she thinks. You know what I'm saying? So you look at it when a child no longer needs the government. Let's say she grew up in a single mother household and the government was providing the government cheese, the government was feeding her and all that. The government makes all the rules. Now she's out of that household. They're no longer dependent on daddy government. Now the person raising her, that's her mother figure, is the corporations. And the corporations tell her how to dress. The corporations tell her what to eat. The corporations establish how she should behave, you know what I'm saying, around people. So I've just given you the missing piece of the puzzle, the piece that MGTOW couldn't do, the piece that the red pill couldn't do, the piece that no one could have done for the last 10 years, damn near 10 years in the manosphere. The corporations are her mother. The corporations are her mom. And the government is her dad. And we know now if you apply this way of thinking, the government is just making the rules, and let's the government doesn't have a lot of time to be in her life, but the corporations usually do. So look at it from 1950s. In the 1950s, the father would work a lot. Then he'd come home. You know what I'm saying? He would set the rules. He'd come home from working hard. He'd be tired. The children are still living under his rule, even though he's not at the house. That's the government. The government isn't able to be in her life. The government sets all the rules, and then the corporations are what raise her. That's why you have women now saying, well, if I come from work, I'm not going to be cooking for my man, but she will go to her job and basically work for that job, do overtime, everything. Because the corporation and what is the key word in corporations are using now? We're your family. We're your family. Who usually raises, who usually who usually takes care of the child and nurtures it? Their mom. So her mom is the corporations. You know what I'm saying? So now let me ask you something. If her dad is the government and her mom is the corporations, what the fuck can you do to live up to the expectations of her dad, the government? You can't. What can you do to live up to her mother's expectations, the corporations? Nothing. So it's over. Come on, man. What I just dropped here, man, this is a level of knowledge that once you take this level, man, you now understand. You now understand what's at stake. You understand why ghosting is the only option. You understand why no term relationships is the option. You understand why guys will be flying overseas. I think by 2030, probably I think by 2030, 0.5 to about 1% of men will be claiming their children overseas. I'd say by 20 by 2030, probably 0.5 to about 1% of American men will have their children overseas. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucked up it is, man. It's over. Welcome to the over age. The over age, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Established in 2010s. It's over, man. What can you do? And like I said, look at the government like the father in the 1950s. In the 1950s, for you to go out with a girl, you had to get the father's approval. Are you willing to do what it takes to get daddy government's approval? Are you willing to do that? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to castrate yourself? Are you willing to approach her on one knee? Are you willing to live up to daddy government's expectations? Then are you willing to live up to mama corporations? Oh, that's big. That's deep. Daddy government, mama corporation. Wow. I'm telling you this shit, man. This shit is basically like I'm saying, man, I'm an old school philosopher, man. What I'm telling you right now, I just thought of it right now. You know what I'm saying? I have no point of reference, man. My point of reference is logic in my fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what it is, man. Oh yeah, Black Circle was good, man. What's up, bro? Yeah, we live, man. Oh yeah, I should have put it on that. Yeah, I did. I put it on the live. So, oh my brother, Age of Crocodilia, man, was good, man. Been a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what you say is true, but it is hard to digest because it makes me sick. Yeah, I said James Young. I tell people this will make you sick, man. This is what the black pill, man. The black pill is you will never be comfortable, man. You know, it's diving into a the black pill is really diving into a black hole. It's a fucking black hole of knowledge and it never ends. You know what I'm saying? You know, people have gone through the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? People have gone through the rabbit hole and come out. But how many people do we know have gone through the black hole and come out? None. This is what the black pill is, man. It's an infinite state of pursuit of pursuit of the truth, man. And you will get uncomfortable. You will want to vomit. You know what I'm saying? You will be disgusted like the homie James Young said. You know what I mean? Because now you understand for over 5 years, the red pillars, MGTOW have been telling you, daddy government. But who the fuck's her mama? The mama is the corporations. You know what I'm saying? Now you know the missing half. You know, and it took a philosopher, it took a black pillar to tell you the missing half. Daddy government, mama government. I mean, daddy government, mama corporations. You know what I'm saying? And in the middle is that woman. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, in the middle, like I said, daddy makes all the rules, you know, and daddy government makes all the rules. That means you can't really blame the women because the law is government made already. Daddy makes all the rules of the household. Look at the government like a father. Let me see what the homie Finley said. You know what I'm saying? See what the homie Finley said. The average age of America, the average age of American is 40, something the population is aging at an almost unprecedented rate. Yeah. Yo, Finley, man, my homie, man. A lot of American men, I've been saying this for over 3 years when I was on Reddit, you know, before Reddit shut down the MGTOW space. I've been telling guys that men will be performing the greatest thing men can do. The greatest thing men can do is basically, you know what I'm saying, population sperm protest. You know, men are protesting with their seed. They're saying, dude, I'm not having no kids. Men have realized if you really want to win, if you want to win in the long term, you know what I'm saying? The answer is right in your pants. You know what I'm saying? Don't give the system your seed. You know what I'm saying? And starve it out and just watch it die. I saw a right now Japan is offering men $7,000. I heard Japan's offering men $7,000 per child. And I think they're offering the families 70 grand if you start a business with your significant other. And you know, the government is, you know, the government thinks it's gonna work. Debate's gonna work. I guarantee and if the United States government was to say right now, you know, we'll give you $7,000 for having a child. $7,000. I guarantee most men in the manosphere will be fuck no. So you're telling me you're gonna pay me $7,000 for a child to have one, then you're gonna put me on child support that's gonna generate over $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me get into massive debt, get into massive fucking debt and owe the child service, the family court for $7,000. So the entry fee into the family court is $7,000. That's how the American man is looking at it. The entry fee to get into the family court is $7,000. If you were to offer an American man $7,000 to have a child, now some will do it, but a lot of the men with some math skills and like I said, the red pill now is basically mainstream. Any man with red pill knowledge, you know what I mean? You don't even need the black pill knowledge to know that. That's a fucked up deal. They're going to give you $7,000 to sacrifice yourself to the family court. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to give me $7,000 as a loan to pay off a debt called child support that's over $150,000 plus other expenses. You know what I'm saying? Plus the risk of going to jail, you know, losing your licenses and all that. So it's not going to work here. You know what I mean? They're going to try to do it. America's next. But America's bigger than Japan. I think I see states. States will, you know, this is a black pill prophecy right now, man. You're listening. This is a black pill prophecy. You can always quote this stream. You could say, you know what, Hold the Truth. I was there when Hold the Truth said it. I was there when we were talking that he said the states in America will start incorporating this, you know, to help increase the population of their state. Because you got to look at America as a big combination of countries, and some states their populations are super low. So some states are already paying people just to move there. So what they're gonna do to sweeten the deal, they're gonna be, you know what? We'll not only pay you to come here, we'll pay you per child. If you have a child in, let's say, Ohio, we'll give you 7 grand. We'll give you $7,000, and we'll give you, you know, since this is America, we're gonna give you something similar to like an EBT card, but we're gonna give you a family discount. So if you have a child, we're gonna give you a family discount. All American men, come on down. American men, you'll get $7,000 for having a child. And American men, I think, since the red pill is mainstream, they're gonna say, nah, fuck that, man. Fuck that $7,000, you know, grant. You're giving me a $7,000 grant for having a child. And now if you look at it in actuality, it makes more sense if you look at it from a college perspective. So you're gonna give me $7,000, a $7,000 grant to attend a college that's gonna cost over $150,000, and you could basically, you know what I mean, expel me for no damn reason because I'm a man. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? That investment is garbage. You know what I'm saying? Oh, OJ, oh, that's classic, man. Uncle Sam. Yeah, man. So, you know, Uncle Sam, oh, that makes sense. So the government is her daddy. You know what I'm saying? The government's her daddy. The corporations is her mama. And the military is her uncle, Uncle Sam. Yo, Ojit, man, you got something right there. Ojit, you got it. Uncle Sam, the military, is her uncle. Oh, that's fire. That's fire right there. And you gotta think the military has been lowering the rate for women to get in anyway. You know what I'm saying? And technically, it's not wrong because this is why the red pill is basically inadequate and worthless. Red pillars will say, "Well, man, they lowered the requirement for women to join the army." Yes, they're women. Of course, the requirement of a woman's gonna be different than a man. That's how stupid guys are on the red pill, man. The requirement for women to join the army. How come as a man I gotta do 1,500 push-ups and this woman only has to do 100? She's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Houston. Yeah, I'm gonna start using Houston. Missing IQ, man. You missing IQ. These will be the same guys that say, man, you gotta treat a woman like a woman. Well, for women to join the military, they need to do 100 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? For men to join, they need to do 1,000. He's a fucking man. You know what I mean? So yeah, explain on the overage. I'm ready to take the black pill. Yeah, well, the black pill, man. The black pill is very simple, man. The black pill is absolute truth, man. No emotions. No emotions to this, and no attachments, no goals. You're not supposed to be looking for goals, man. I'm gonna save the marital rate. No, man. You're looking to understand what's going on. That's it. The black pill is mathematical. That's why most people hate it. It's mathematical. There's no room for emotion. A PUA can't trigger any emotions around you. A dating coach could tell me, "Well, man, you've been single for over 10, for over 5, for over a year now. Don't you feel ashamed?" No, man. I don't give a damn. We're in no term relationship age. There's no reason to date. So there's really no long-term goals for dating. So I'm not dating. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the black pill. The black pill is just seeking out the the um the explanation of things, the solution, and the seeking out the answer, the awareness, man. Just the truth without any attachments, no goals, no emotion. You're just seeking out the answers. Okay. We know cigarettes cause, like I tell guys, we know cigarettes cause cancer. Okay. All right. Am I gonna blame cigarettes for causing cancer? No. I'm gonna go further. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna blame cigarettes. The black pill would be, well, man, the American Food Association or whatever handles the cigarettes allows cigarettes to be sold and poisoned. Think about it. They could sell you poisonous cigarettes, but they can't sell you poisonous food. That's how crazy it is, man. That's how crazy and senseless it is and hypocritical. So you're telling me when I sell food, I got to be clean. I got to wash my hands. It can't be poisonous. It can't get people sick. But at the same time, you're telling me I can sell cigarettes with mad chemicals that can kill people. Make it make sense, man. Make it make fucking sense. That's what the black pill is about, man. Just absolute awareness. You know what I'm saying? We're in the overage. It's over. Yeah, actually, shout out to the homie, man. Really, yeah, I'm gonna remove the over. It's over, man. It's over since it's the overage since 2000. I can't say it's over because too many guys have used it in that quotation. But the overage since I'm probably gonna make a shirt. The overage since 2010, 2010s. But that's it, man. A lot of guys need to understand, man. Once you know what the system is, you understand and you accept it. Let me tell everybody here, man. This is the difference between the red pill, the black pill, MGTOW, and men's rights activists. You know what I'm saying? All these guys will tell you we need to change this. The men's activists, red pillars, MGTOW will probably Not all the way, but you'll hear some MGTOW say we need to change the government, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so where's your $1 trillion, man? Where's your trillions of dollars? Where's your military? You know what I'm saying? Where's your global level, global scale military? You know what I'm saying? Do you print money? We got to remember, America's the center where money is being printed. The US dollar is you know what I'm saying, is the main currency for the world. So what you got to do is ask Andrew Tate, man. Ask Andrew Tate, where we going to get all this money to change the laws, man? Where we going to get the military to do that, you know? And this is Andrew Tate, who lives overseas, travels overseas. That's how you know the guy's a scam artist, is that you travel overseas where men are treated differently legally, yet you're telling men here domestically in the US to bitch. You know what I mean? Your family, Andrew Tate's family left America for, for other opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's too easy to identify a scammer. You know what I mean? You know, I think that's about that. Men don't want to do one of the basic things to keep the country running. Yeah, Finley, 100%. Men are protesting. Right now, we have the greatest protest in male history. You know what I'm saying? And that protest is the zero birth rate. I mean, I coined that term over 2 years ago when I was on Reddit. I call it the zero birth rate initiative. A lot of men subconsciously are not contributing to the birth rate. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get it to zero. Like right now, black men in America, only 2% of black men are donating sperm. 2%. You know what I'm saying? And you don't blame them. So why would you donate sperm to people that want to be single moms and deprive a child of having a father? You know what I'm saying? Sperm donation used to be to help couples that can't get pregnant or something. But now sperm donation is really just a way to fuel children being deprived of having a father. You know what I'm saying? You know, James Young, I'm white and looking for hordes of foreigners to overpopulate. Oh man. Yeah, man. Hey, this is the world we live in, my friends. This is the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, man. Well, I mean, the thing is this, man. You gotta understand, man. The homie coasting through life. You gotta understand. There's the word greater evil, greater and lesser evil. You know what I'm saying? There will always be evil. You know what I'm saying? Even people on this stream, man, no one here can say they've never done an evil deed. You know what I'm saying? Evil is within us, man. We can be malicious and all that, but there will always be a lesser evil, you know. And what's going on right now is in the States, America's great for making money. I mean, America, man, God bless America for the opportunities to make some money and be successful. Amazing. But when it comes to morality is dead. There's no more morals. This country has really become the land of cash opportunity. Make your cash. That's it. Family, having a family and all that stuff, nah, that's become, a man telling you he wants to have a family. You might as just say he just said he wants to strap something to his chest and go boom. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be a sacrificial lamb, so it's done, man. It's done, man. So a lot of men now are subconsciously or consciously they're protesting, and it's called the zero birth rate initiative. A lot of men are subconsciously and consciously not having kids because, like we've all realized, for you to experience normal, you got to fly overseas. You know what I'm saying? When I think about, you know, a child being born here right now, it scares the hell out of me, man. Just think about what a kid will experience right now, man. You got, you got a, you got, you know what I'm saying? You got them dragging, trannies in the class to teach them, you know what I mean? To confuse them. You literally have corporations like Disney saying, we're coming after your kids. A corporation with hundreds of billions of dollars has openly said, we have a agenda to have your children change their sex. You know what I'm saying? You want to have kids here? Are you insane? Do you really want to sacrifice a child that bad? You know what I'm saying? Having a child in the West now is about sacrifice. You know what I mean? It's about sacrificing a human life. You know what I'm saying? It's not about raising them to have better things. You know what I'm saying? You want to raise a kid to have a better life than you in the West, you don't have them. You don't have a kid because you can't bring your kids to the 90s. You know what I mean? I grew up in the 90s. You can't time travel with your kid. He's gonna have a better life than me. Well, dude, no, man, how he's gonna have a better life than you than when the country's more morally dysfunctional, lacks morals in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Morality has degraded. So how your kid's gonna have a better life than you? How? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, economically you could do that, but even that, you gotta send your kid to school, man. How many kids look at Magic Johnson's son, man? How many kids you've seen raised on money and the propaganda still destroys them? You know what I'm saying? Because culture outweighs money, man. You know what I'm saying? Money doesn't talk to your children, man. Money doesn't money doesn't teach them at school, man. That's the culture. That's the propaganda and the culture. So how do you as a millionaire protect your children? You know what I'm saying? How do you protect them? You know what I'm saying? You send them to a rich school, an elite school where they're just teaching them propaganda at an elite level. You know what I'm saying? They're teaching them to transition at an elite level. You know what I'm saying? How many rich people we've seen where, he's rich, he came from the hood or whatever, he's a multimillionaire and his child is just a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? How many millionaires that their children have been given ADHD medicine? Oh, your kid, man, your son, yeah, he suffers from ADHD, man. We got to drug him up. And you're and this is a millionaire. This is a millionaire, and his son is now a drug addict. The school is giving his son drugs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know what you're thinking. Well, you could homeschool him. Okay. You could homeschool him, but your kid's gonna have to watch TV eventually. Your kid's gonna have to watch YouTube or something eventually. Something, you know what I mean? I saw ads on YouTube right now. YouTube and all these things, they won't allow you to select your sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you were on YouTube and you could say, yeah, I'm straight. So nothing shows that isn't straight. If the content ain't straight, I don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? And when you post your content, you have to register the sexuality it's about. They won't let you do that. You know what I'm saying? They won't let you do that because that would limit the reach of the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? And the agenda. So you got to ask yourself in this West, man, how are you going to raise your kids if you have them here? How are you going to prevent your kid from reading a book that says, "Oh, you could wear a dress too. You could wear a dress. You know, you could be a girl too." You know what I'm saying? You send your son to school and he comes back as your daughter. Yo, man, shit is fucked up, man. And they tell us, oh man, you black. Let me put a very eloquent voice. You black pillars are nihilistic. You've given up upon life. You folks, you are the mischievous. You are the kind that have given up on life. You're nihilistic. Why wouldn't you want to have a child and find yourself a wonderful, eloquent wine, not in the box, sipping? Why are you black pillars so nihilistic. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how you hear guys using shame language on you. These are the same guys that claim they're for men's rights and all this crap, and then they're using shame language on other men. You know what I mean? It's fucking funny, man. So, you know, you know what I mean? This is funny, man. So when you say overage, what you oh yo, James Young, what I mean by overage? Well, the overage started in the 2010s. The overage is when Me Too happened. You know what I'm saying? 2010s. Look at the 2010s. You gotta look at, you know what I'm saying? Me Too happened in 2010s. Time is up. The schools openly trying to, you know what I'm saying, change the sex of your children. You know what I'm saying? We had Conan 19. A lot of people think that Conan 19 started in 2020. No, bro, it started in 2019. You know what I'm saying? 2010s, everything that happened was in the 2010s. Openly doctors are allowing your wife to have a sex change of your child. That should be a decision made by the parents. And they're openly in 2010s is when they said your children should have the right to change their sex, but they can't drive a fucking car. They can't drink a beer, but they could change their sex. 2010s was the overage. It's over, man. It is, we are in the overage. It's over for normality. Normal died in the 2010s. There's no such thing as normal anymore. Me talking the way I'm talking, oh my, it's so controversial. He's misogynist. He's just an enemy of men, and he's illogical. Dude, man, the overage normal is wrong now. You know what I'm saying? It is wrong for you to want your son to go to boot camp, learn to be a man. It's wrong for you to want your son to learn to be a man. You know what I'm saying? You're implying roles on him. You know what I'm saying? How dare you want your son to grow up comfortable in his own skin and want to be a man? You know what I'm saying? We are in the overage, man. It's over. You know what I'm saying? This, you know what I'm saying? That and think about it. If you think about the black pill, shout out to one of the homies, man. Darkest Night, man. Darkest Night been telling me it's over for like 2, 3 years, man. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while to figure out a tag phrase to get it, figure out a good word for it. But yeah, shout out to the homie Darkest Night, man. Darkest Night been telling me, yo, it's over, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the truth is, in the it's over age, it's not over for you, the man. It's over for men to be investing their seed into the system, having children. It's over for that, man. Like I made that video, men are over it, man. Men are over it, dude. Men are over having children. You know how many men have seen, and it's become normal now. It's normal for kids to be like, damn, man, I thought my dad hated me growing up. I never saw him. And then I got to meet him and talk to him as an adult. And he said, yeah, my mom had more custody and wouldn't let me see him. You know what I'm saying? You know how many kids raised through the single motherhood system that have said, yo, I no longer hate my father. Turns out my mom had custody and would not let my father see me. You know what I'm saying? My father wasn't a deadbeat dad. He wasn't an estranged father. He didn't go to the grocery store to get milk. He can't legally see me. You know what I'm saying? There's a restraining order on your father. You know how many Zoomers can tell you this fucking story right now? You know what I'm saying? You know how many millennials can tell you this story that, yeah, man, turns out my father wasn't a bad guy. Was a good dude. But, moms had custody, man, and wouldn't let him see me. So my mom basically sacrificed, my whole childhood seeing my father, you know what I'm saying, all to gloat about she has the system behind her side. You know what I mean? It's over, dude. It is. We are in the over age, man. It is over. Anything. Here's the thing, man. Anything you think about that isn't about business and money, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. If you're not thinking about making your money, being mobile, being able to travel, then whatever else you're trying to do, it's over. You know what I'm saying? What you're trying to start a family here, it's over for that, man. You're trying to get married, it's over for that. You know what I mean? They've done the statistics, man. They've done the math that I think the average marriage lasts what is it, like 7 years or something? And think about it. The average marriage lasts for 7 years, but the alimony, the debt, the lawyer fees, oh, that could be forever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys, man, are waking up and understand it's over, man. You know what I mean? You Black Pillars, Age of Crocodile, you're my homie, man. Was good. It's over, bro. And the thing is, you shouldn't be sad as a man. You shouldn't be depressed. Why would you want to give why would you want to have children in a location where they hate you? You know what I'm saying? Where they see you as a father being a problem. And here's the thing, they see you being a father's a problem legally. Legally. It's within the law. You know what I'm saying? It's within the law, it's a problem. You know what I mean? What is it? The mothers get custody over 90% of the time. Over 90% of the time they get custody. I had a homie of mine. I won't tell his name, but I had a homie of mine, and he said, "Yo, my baby mom's is like a drug addict, and they still let her keep my son." You know what I'm saying? He still lost custody, and his baby mom's was a drug addict. She was on drugs, all that. And he said, "Yo, man, I still can't get my kid." And remember, they got the DIFUS. What I forget what DIFUS means, but they got DIFUS Department of something. They got DIFUS, and you know, it's crazy, man. But man, it's been hold the truth hostage, man. This was a very important stream. I hope some of the knowledge was passed on. And like I said, man, I truly think I said this before. I think the black pill is gonna start. It's gonna start sliding. The black pill is gonna start. It's losing its edge because now guys are flying around. They found a solution. And here's the thing. Here's the other reason I say what's gonna happen is ghosting's gonna be a lot healthier for guys because, dude, if you know, for example, if you know that the long term relationships and all of that is dead here, you could just live your life, bro. You could just you go to work, and of course you'll be traveling overseas, or you might even be going to Vegas to get your needs met. You might go to Vegas and get it done, whatever, or I don't know, maybe you got the bread, maybe you're doing seeking arrangements or escorts, whatever the hell it is. I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah. New year moves, time to evolve. Yeah, OJ, you already know, bro. We always evolve. You know what I mean? But the thing that's happening, the reason I say the Casper pill and ghosting is gonna be inevitably the best option is that even the passport bros will lead to guys to ghosting. Because after the guys fly overseas, you know what I'm saying? And it went viral where Austin, whatever, Holland, even though he's been proven to be simping overseas, but it went viral where he said, "Yeah, don't even date women here." And you got Bazell Yeesh saying, "Don't date women here. Just go overseas." So what happens when you go overseas and you can only go there every 2 months? What happens? You're gonna have to ghost the 2 months you're here. You know what I'm saying? 2 months you're here, you're gonna be ghosting while you're in America. The thing that's happening is, And this was a saying, I forget who said it, that all roads, I think it was all roads lead to the black pill, right? That's what somebody used to say. I think it's Incel Maddox or Incel TV. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I can't use that word. I sell TV. I think I sell TV said that all roads lead to the black pill. But I think, man, after looking at things, I think all roads lead to ghosting, man. You know what I'm saying? All roads will lead to ghosting because once a guy gets his passport and he comes back here, if he's not dating the women here, he's not doing nothing here besides working and like, playing his video games, enjoying his life, then he's basically ghosting. You know what I'm saying? So a passport bro will come back to the States and he will have to ghost, man. You know what I'm saying? He will have to ghost. And if, you know what I mean? And if a black pillar geomaxes, he comes back here, he's got a ghost, man. Yo, man, the only solution now, the only way to survive this overage is to ghost. You got to become disattached. You're living your life, man. Because what happened to me is I had an epiphany. Because I was comparing the black pill with the Casper pill. I was comparing, okay, 24, ghosting, FTG, full-time ghosting. I was comparing full-time ghosting to the black pill. And then I realized there's more limitations on the black pill than ghosting. Like I was saying when this stream started, you can't really be black pilled overseas. You know what I mean? We got people on the black pill from other countries and they got to run proxy servers to talk like a black pillar because they don't have freedom of speech. The black pill is attached to freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm talking here right now, I wouldn't be talking like this if I was in another country. I'd adapt to their rules, and I'd adapt to what I can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be attached to wherever I go. I'm gonna talk like I'm in America. Nah, man, you can't do that. You know. So I did the math. You know what I'm saying? And I realized, yeah, man, what's gonna happen is all roads will lead to men ghosting. There's gonna be a ghosting epidemic, man. You know what I'm saying? Men ghosting like never before. You know, you could even go look on YouTube. You can go online. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Austin, yeah, man. Austin. I said there'll be simps with a passport. There'll be simps with passports and closets with passports. There'll be closet guys with passports too, man. Because that video, the homie showed me about a guy. I think it's on Coach Soap Pill's channel where he had a video where a passport bro is telling guys to go to the gay section of the beach in Brazil to pick up women. A so-called straight man he's giving advice to tell you to go disturb gay men on that gay side of the beach in Brazil to try to pick up women. You know what I'm saying? Then we hear this in the States by Ayande Authentic Alpha and you know what I'm saying? Like Troy Francis. Let me see. What was Troy Francis? Where's the quote? Where's the Troy Francis? Yeah.
Every hole's a go. Every hole's a go. Every hole's a go.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, it's crazy, man. Oh, what's the difference? Oh, Black Circle. What's the difference between ghosting and monk mode? Oh, that's a good question. Well, monk mode, a lot of the guys going monk in the MGTOW sector, it's a high level of simping, man. You know what I mean? It's really guys saying until the women change, I will suppress my sexual needs. That's basically deifying the virtuous woman. A lot of guys on the MGTOW sector are awaiting the return of the virtuous woman. So they go on monk mode. They suppress their natural needs as a man because they can't get this virtuous woman that they're fantasizing about. That's what monk mode is. Monk mode really is a high level, it's a religious level of simping, man. Now the difference with ghosting, and you know what I'm saying, in the Casper pill full-time ghosting. The difference with full-time ghosting versus the monk mode, and even somebody brought up to me the gray man, is that, dude, when you're a full-time ghost, you basically live by this code, zero attachments. You can't have a girlfriend as a ghost because that's something that could get in the way with you. So you're gonna have no term relationships. You know what I'm saying? You can't, even the way you live your life. Everything's about your freedom, man. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's a full-time ghost is all about ghosting. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any attachments. You know what I'm saying? You're still sleeping with women. You're still living your life, man. The gray man, I remember somebody told me about the gray man. The gray men are basically men that lay on a low profile, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want people to see them, which means they're dictating their life based on others' validations. A guy that's ghosting 24, a guy that's a full-time ghost, he could still live a flashy life. He could still travel, party, enjoy his life, man. He does not care. He doesn't care about anything, man. You don't care about anything domestically, and he has no attachments to it. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say ghosting, it's gonna take over. Most men will become a full-time ghost because domestically there's nothing there for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. The homie black circle. You got to think about it, that with all the divorce rates and men watching their losing their children and all that, you still got their families are still attached to the marriage system. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to tell them get married and all that. A ghost has no attachments, man. A guy that's full-time ghosting, he'll be ghosting his family. If you don't agree, everything you do as a ghost is about you, man. It's about what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's about your freedom is your priority. Everything you do is about prioritizing your freedom. You know what I'm saying? Family, friends, none of that means anything to ghosting. Ghosting is your number one goal. And since you don't have any attachments, you adapt a lot better. You know what I'm saying? A guy who has no attachments to where he's at, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you got a guy that's a full-time ghost. He's in the United States and you bring him to like Russia. He will adapt. He's not attached to the demands, the culture of where he lives. He's only attached to one thing, and that's his freedom. You know what I'm saying? This is why more men will be ghosting than ever before. You know what I'm saying? You seeing Brad Pitt, you seeing all these divorces by married rich guys, football players. You seeing videos of chicks openly on YouTube just destroying these guys, just telling men are trash. You see, there's even a Time magazine author that said we need to delete all men. You know what I'm saying? We see all this stuff. So why would you invest in this system? A lot of these guys going monk, man. Monk mode is for failures, man. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, it's failures. So you're going to suppress your sexual needs because you can't have a virtuous woman to validate your sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Let me repeat that. You're going to go monk mode. You're going to suppress your sexual needs because you can't have a virtuous woman validate your sexuality. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid, man. It's backwards thinking. You know what I'm saying? And it's really positioning the the woman's sexuality above your own needs. It's high level simping, man. It's a religious level simping. That's why I say most men in the manosphere, you know what I'm saying? I think in the MGTOW sector, a lot of men worship this virtuous woman idol. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this virtuous woman idol, while you have in the gray pill sector, which is a lot of men as they get exposed to the black pill, they worship Chad. You know what I mean? There's a religion around Chad and Tyrone, and it expands from the virtuous woman deity. That man, if I was a Chad, if I was a Tyrone, I'd get the virtuous woman. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, there's no such thing. You know what I'm saying? The way this culture works, it's over. The shit I've seen, man, I've seen some shit, man. I worked the nightlife, man. And it was one thing I saw, I was working at a bar, a restaurant bar. You know what I'm saying? And one of the servers, whatever, you know what I'm saying? One of the servers was like a young chick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was a younger chick. And what happened is, man, turns out she's on Instagram, straight thoughting, you know what I mean? Thought boxing, you know what I'm saying? Thought boxing at an early age, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. This stuff, man, it's over. The morals are done. I said this when I was way back in 2012. 2012, I was working One Direction concert. I was working a One Direction concert. And for guys that don't know One Direction, that was the biggest band in I think the late 2000s to super early 2010s. They were, what I'm saying, they were before the whole North Korean boy band craze. So I was working a One Direction concert as security, and I saw it, man. You saw mothers bringing their daughters, just they had them dressed up inappropriately, man. It was crazy. And in 2012, I wrote, I had to write an essay, and I wrote it, man. What they're doing is they're sexualizing the children. You know what I'm saying? Because when you can sexualize the children with the way stuff is working out in the system, you can basically start making money off of them sooner than later. Like you got makeup companies targeting young girls, man. You got makeup companies targeting young girls, underage girls. Like I think back in the 90s or something, or 80s, they didn't put makeup on, they didn't have makeup on their daughters, man. You know what I'm saying? Until I think a chick started using makeup in high school or something like that. But now, Brownsburg was good. Now they're pressuring these little girls to put makeup as soon as possible, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're sexualizing and materializing these young girls at a very early age. They're basically training these young girls when their minds are very manipulative, manipulated, very raw and unaware of self-awareness. They're basically manipulating these young girls to think without makeup. Think about the psychological trauma that's happening to these little girls, that they're being told that if they don't wear makeup, they're ugly. They're not their best at age, what is it now? Like they're putting makeup on them at age 8 or something. At age 8, they're psychologically, you know what I'm saying, make traumatizing. They're psychologically traumatizing these little girls at age 8, man, to wear makeup. To wear makeup at that age? To tell a little girl at that age that she's ugly without makeup on, without materialistic, without inorganic, you know, makeup over her face. I mean, I've seen this in the hood, man. It got bad in the black community, man. They used to not perm a girl's hair. Like they used to perm a girl's hair. I remember the 90s, like they would be perming their daughters' hairs at I think it was like age 12, or teenagers. Now you got babies, man. You got a little baby getting permed, man. Getting permed as soon as possible, man. Indoctrinate them with with pro inferiority. Because I said this on a video I made a long time ago. I think it was I think I made a video on black women and black men or whatever. The black community is always, as Tommy Sotomayor said, the canary in the coal mine. If you look at the black community, you basically can tell the future and where the country's going. You know what I'm saying? If you go in a black community, you got little girls basically they're perming their hairs early at an early age. They're basically putting pro inferiority into this little girl's mind. You know what I'm saying? And pro inferiority. And then you look at the media. You look at the media when it comes to the black women. You can't watch a movie with a black woman with natural hair, her natural hair. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a lot of these rich black women going against their natural hair. Think about the pro inferiority complex. You know what I'm saying? One thing I told a guy a long time ago, and I lost a lot of black subs for this. I lost a lot of black subs, people that was sub to the channel. I lost a lot of black people. Is when I said, you know what, man, there's a pro inferiority complex in the black community. Just think about a little, just think about it. A little boy is born. He's born and he touches his hair, and his hair is mad nappy, man. His hair is nappy, curly. This is a baby. You know what I'm saying? This is like a baby. He's 1 years old or whatever. He touches his hair. He touches his hair and he's like, damn, my hair's nappy. He's a baby. You can the baby doesn't understand things from a verbal perspective, but a baby can feel things. So that baby's feeling his hair. Let's say this baby boy is feeling his hair and he's like, shit, his hair's nappy, curly. Then he feels his mom's weave or he feels his mom's wig. And that baby subconsciously is like, what the fuck's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Like the baby touches his hair back, his hair's nappy. Then he touches his mom's hair. His mom's hair is straight. His mom's hair is like a wig or it's spiky. Think about the psychological trauma, the pro inferiority that's being injected into this black child. You know what I'm saying? And think about it from the daughter perspective. The daughter's 1 years old. Let's say she didn't perm the baby's, didn't perm her 1 year old's hair or put laxative on it to make it straight. And that daughter's hair was nappy. The daughter touches her mom's hair and the daughter feels this straight hair, this wig, this spiky hair, whatever fucking design it is. Unnatural. Then the little baby touches its hair again, and the baby subconsciously knows and starts to think something's wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Because when a baby spends time with their mom is supposed to comfort them, not just from a perspective of maternal comfort, but the mother's supposed to comfort them from a genetic level as well. You know what I'm saying? That baby doesn't think there's anything wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't touch its own hair and thinks it was defective subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of black subs from that because I just told it like it is. That's what the black pill is, man. I'm not attached. I don't care about all that crap, man. I'm not attached or putting my emotions into this shit, man. I'm just telling it the black pill is absolute truth, man. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. It is what it is. But yeah, I said that and a lot of black people left, man. A lot of black people left the channel. I'm like, whatever, man. It happens. That's why I say the black pill, you don't really expect growth because eventually you're gonna say something black pilled that makes people disgusted with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can tell if somebody's gray pilled or black pilled, is that a black pillar will just it just gonna they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going with you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to drop even bigger black pills than you, but a gray pillar will eventually get uncomfortable. Nah, man, you can't say that, man. You can't believe that. You can't say this. You can't say that. No, man. This is the black pill, man. I can say whatever I want, you know what I'm saying, within the factual basis. I can say it. You know what I mean? And when you look at the black community, if you're not black, if you're white, man, you want to really study feminism and all that crap. Study the black community. You'll see what it's done. And you'll see that the black community is really an experiment zone. They experiment on the blacks, then they spread it, you know, to the majority of the population of the country. So the white community, like for example, you have a high amount of opioid addiction in the white community. A lot of white people are dying from meth overdose, opioid addiction. You know what I'm saying? A lot of white people are dying from that. And the tactics were similar to what was used by the CIA when they put the drugs in the black community, but it was different. When it comes to putting drugs in the black community, you just got to put it in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Up front. You don't have to hide nothing. Now, when it comes to putting drugs in the white community, you got to use doctors. So a lot of doctors were subscribing opioids. You know what I'm saying? Opioids. You know what I'm saying? Which was meth is. I think meth is basically a refined opioid. Like meth is very similar to the opioids, and opioids are really opium. You know what I'm saying? Opium leaves. Like I remember talking to one of my homies, and he said the big reason there was a war on the Middle East is for the poppy fields, the opioid fields. You know what I'm saying? To get to get the opium. You know what I'm saying? Keep the people there drugged up on opium and to bring it back to the United States. So a lot of people got some opioid addiction in the West, and when they ran out of abilities to get it from the doctors, they started getting it from the street as meth. You know what I'm saying? Because the difference with the black community and the white community is that the white community has people in they're the majority of the population. So they got politicians and lawyers and doctors and all that stuff. So you can't do it straight up. You can't just go to a white neighborhood and just put drugs in there. You can't do it like that. You got to be more tactical in the white community. You got to put the drugs in through the doctor's recommendations. You got to play the professional game when you want to put drugs into the white community. You know what I'm saying? Can't just be like the blacks, just throw it on the streets and threaten to lock them up if they don't sell the drugs or plant it, whatever. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it works. You know what I mean? Ethnics are suffering a U.S. system, but they divide and conquer us to think only a few oppressed, but we are all oppressed. Well, I mean, the thing is this, man. You know, I was gonna do a separate stream on it, but I'll tell you this, man. Racism is it's a tool, but the thing is this, man. It was you gotta understand that America's history starts at Britain. You know what I mean? The United States was basically, what I mean, it was from Britain, then it grew whatever, but the US was I heard a lot of the settlers were criminals and all that. And the settlers were being bitched by, Britain. You know what I'm saying? They were being underpaid, they were being slaved, and then they slaved their own. But the thing is this, the government is grown so big with this racist crap. The only cure for racism is to understand that, yeah, man, while you're hanging with your people, that's the experience of not, of non-racism. I've chilled with the homie Neo Wolf. I don't bring up his race. He don't bring up my race unless we have to bring up race for an exchange of ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like if he asks me if he's like, yo man, what's going on with the black chicks? And I'll be like, yeah, this is what's going on. And then I could ask him, okay, what's going on with the white chick since he got more access? You could do that. But you know what I'm saying? You won't really hear racial talk. A lot of people need to understand if you want to experience the end of racism, you just gotta understand that racism only ends in your circle. Outside of your circle, it is what it is. The government has incorporated it. I mean, you gotta look at how engraved it is, the divisionary tactics, divide and conquers that we had a black president in America. We had a black president in America and he still he still went with the government's divisive tactics. I mean, Obama to me is the reference of the biggest failure in American history. You had a black president and you did not end racial issues. In fact, you made it worse. You know what I'm saying? In fact, you proved that the government is committed to division. You know what I mean? The way I've come to learn, yeah, if you want to experience a non-racist, experience, just look at your circle, man. I got some homies that are white. I got some homies that are Mexican. I got some homies all over the world, man. I've chilled with them all, and I just understand, man. You know what I'm saying? While we're in this circle amongst each other, racism isn't. We're free of racism. Outside of this circle, or if the law or authority comes into the circle, then we'll see, then you'll see what it is. Race, you can only end racism by being in a circle of people that aren't racist. Don't expect it from the system. You know what I'm saying? The system doesn't care. I mean, if you look at the way the system plays things, racism is engraved in it. From Hollywood to the politics, you know what I mean? It ain't going away, man. You know? Yeah, hold at it. First, the black politicians didn't like Obama. They called him half black. Oh yeah, Ojit, man, the man with the Chicago. Yeah, they called him a half black, which he was, but to me with Obama, man, I look at Obama as, man, the government really pulled a bait and switch. You know what I'm saying? Obama's the greatest bait and switch by the government, man. Look, guys, you're gonna have a black president. We're gonna end racism, the war on drugs. Everything's gonna be fixed. Everything that was designed to divide Americans racially, it's gonna be fixed. Then Obama wins and nothing changes. You know what I mean? I think there were more high profile black deaths under Obama than any other president. You had Trayvon, you had forget the other person. Forget the other person who died. Yeah, you had Sarah Bland. I think wasn't it Obama when I Can't Breathe? That happened under Obama. You know what I'm saying? All Obama did was expand the gender politics. Obama, when he got into office, he really was the glue to start the whole super genderification of the nation. You know what I'm saying? Because under Obama, the amount of black people that died, the amount of racial tension that increased, and he didn't do nothing. He would go on camera and say, "Well, Trayvon reminded me he looked like me." Man, shut the fuck up, man. Nobody wants to know he looked like you. People want to know, what are you gonna do? You're the president of the United States. Presidents don't talk, and presidents are action. They're about action, man. We don't want to know how you feel. We don't know if you care. We want to know what you're gonna do. And if you look at Obama, man, it was the greatest bait and switch ever. And Obama, to me, in all honesty, Obama has hurt the Democrats because for over 40 years, the Democrats' biggest promise was that one day, blacks, we're gonna make y'all president. And now that happened. Now that happened, and yo, what changed, bro? What changed? You know what I mean? Even Trump, when Trump won, Trump had to reverse some, social propaganda laws that Obama passed. Obama had the whole emotional abuse law. Obama was the one that had emotional abuse laws where, if you're not giving money to your spouse and you're not supporting her destruction, you're emotionally abusing her. You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, you look at the Obama thing, it's to me as somebody who lived through it and saw it, man, at its peak, man, the Obama thing to me, man, it might have, in all honesty, man, it further black pilled me, man. I looked at it and I was like, wow. So, you know, you had a black president, and here's the thing about Obama. You had a half white, half black president, man. He was 50-50, man. He literally genetically represented the aspirations of America. The melting pot. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could be with anybody. You know, uh, we're Americans. Instead, Obama wins, man, and the amount of shit I've seen under Obama, man, it was psychological trauma. You know what I'm saying? Even, I would say my videos back then weren't the same. The person I even suffered from a pro-black thing. I was super pro-black under the Obama thing. I didn't look at it. I didn't get it. I was too infused into it. Then I started seeing it for what it is, man. We had a black president. And here's the thing, man. What's crazy is Trump. If you look at Trump and you look at Obama, Trump pardoned more black people. Trump actually got LeVar Ball's son. Like Trump literally got a basketball player's son out of China for robbery. You know what I'm saying? Trump actually expanded the opportunity zones. You know what I mean? There was a lot that if you look at what Trump did and you compare it and you're like, damn, man, if I didn't tell you it was Trump, you'd probably think, man, this is what Obama was supposed to do. I ain't saying Trump was perfect or whatever, but if you look at what Trump did compared to Obama, and if you were to ask who was the blacker president, you know what I'm saying? Who looked out more for black people, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't deny you if you said Trump. Trump sat in the office with Jim Brown, and he sat in the office with Kanye West. Like Trump literally sat down and had a meeting with Kanye West, and Kanye was showing him, "Yo, Trump, I got an idea. Like they just having fun. Trump, man, why don't let me redesign the tower or whatever?" And he had Jim Brown sitting with him. I don't remember seeing Obama sitting down with no black people, man. I remember Obama telling black people, I like your music. You know what I'm saying? Obama to me felt like that black dude that, was too uppity, man. He was too good for black people, man. You know what I'm saying? He'd show up at like Black History Month, he'd pretend he gives a fuck, but once for me, like I was saying, man, the thing is, if you look at what Trump did, you know what I'm saying? If you were to ask me who did more for the culture, man, who actually did more for black people, you know what I'm saying? You besides Obama becoming the first black president, it might be the first, it might be the last. In all honesty, I look at it, I'm like, man, the wrong black person became president. It should have been Herman Cain, man. Should have been Herman Cain, bro. God rest his soul. I think Herman Cain died or something, but R.I.P. Herman Cain. But yeah, man, if you look at it, Trump, I don't agree with everybody pardoned, but Trump pardoned a lot of black people from prison. You know what I'm saying? Trump actually sat down with think about it. Kanye West got to walk and talk with the president, man. You know what I'm saying? And he spoke to him like that was his boy, that's his homie. Obama, on the other hand, I got you on my playlist. You know, come, come, come sit. You could only meet Obama at a goddamn charity event where you're giving him money. You know what I'm saying? So you compare Trump to Obama and you're like, damn, man, this is fucked up. This is fucked up, dude. This is how fucked up the racial scheme is by the Democrats that, you know what I'm saying? Obama did not legalize marijuana, man, on a federal level. When you think about what Obama didn't do, when you know the war on drugs was really the war on minorities and, you know, eh, what I mean? That's why voting is basically, man, people ain't voting no more. But man, this stream wasn't even supposed to be this long. But it's been hold the truth hostage, man. And like I said, man, I think the black pill is gonna start shrinking. Like I said, expat channels, video channel, a lot of other channels gonna expand, and the black pill, to me, as more men wake up to not caring and waking up to the solutions, they're really gonna start saying, what's the point? What's the point in caring about where my looks stand in America? What's the point of all this other stuff when it don't matter? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have a successful marriage. You can't ensure you'll be in your child's life. So a lot of men are saying, what's the point? You know what I mean? They're not having any aspirations to have their seed here. And I think by 2023, I think this is the year the passport bros thing goes it's gonna go mainstream, man. And when that thing goes mainstream, man, yo, there ain't no turning back. That the effect this passport bro thing's gonna do. I covered it on my previous video. I think it was a live stream. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did a live stream about the passport bros and the black pill. But the thing is, when this passport bros thing goes mainstream, you know, what I mean. And I know a few guys that's doing it already. I've been in contact with some one of my homies is his main girl's in Colombia. You know what I'm saying? He Spanish dude. His main chick is in Colombia and he lives here, man. He works here, he makes his money here. And what I'm saying? Most people would say that's taboo. Why is your girl overseas and you here? But we have all the technology now, so to me things are changing, man. And when this passport bros thing goes, it's already mainstream on TikTok. The Zoomers are seeing it, but when it hits the news, when it hits the news stations and guys get interviewed for this thing, it's over. You know, the damage it's going to have because I tell guys, Conan 19 changed a lot of men. A lot of men got changed by Conan 19. Conan 19 forced a lot of men to face. In all honesty, man, I think Conan 19 black pilled a lot of guys. It forced a lot of guys to just sit down and look at the country for what it really is. And what I'm saying, Conan 19, just the effect, the guys sitting down, you know, realizing what's going on and looking at the country and everything. So a lot has changed, man. And I think when this passport bros thing hits, you're gonna see I think the major content creators, they're already growing. Expat channels, travel channels. That's what a lot of men are gonna start watching, especially the Zoomers. And when the Zoomers go, when the younger men go, a lot of the older guys that don't want to be out of the loop, the guys that want to sound like we've been doing this, man. We've been ahead you, man. You know, a lot of millennials will be, nah, I've been knew about that. I've been doing that. You know what I mean? So you're gonna see that rise, you're gonna see that rise, and you're gonna see a lot of men when the passport thing takes off mainstream. There's no coming back, man. And people know, and Sweden, you gotta look at the difference. A lot of guys want to mention Sweden, where the Swedish government stopped men bringing, which is crazy. Swedish government stopped men from bringing women from Korea to Sweden. You know what I'm saying? But that's bringing women to the problem. The passport bros are saying, yo, don't even bring them here. Keep them home with their family. You know what I'm saying? Adapt, go there, whatever, learn language and all that. It's completely different. What will happen? The guys aren't bringing the women here. So it won't be the Sweden. A lot of guys in the red pill sector, MGTOW, think, oh man, it's going to be like Sweden. They're just going to stop these passport bros. But dude, how they going to stop them when they're not bringing the women here? You know what I'm saying? They're not bringing the women here, and it promotes, and you got to look at the passport bros as basically promotion for America. They go overseas, they're talking English, they like pizza and all that stuff. They're opening restaurants. They're Americanizing the taste and the culture, at least for the food, not the laws. The laws won't be as affected by these men, because you got to understand, a lot of the men that get their passports are flying away from the law. They don't want to do nothing with the law. You know what I mean? And when this thing goes mainstream, a lot of the chicks here, a lot of men want to, I'll probably do it on another stream. A lot of men want to say, oh man, sexual inflation is up because of the women. No, man, it's up because of the men. The men that are willing to pay for no matter what. You raise the price when the demand is so high that you'll do anything, simp out, fly them out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the women. The women aren't the ones paying for their damn flights. This is why I say you see a lot of the manosphere, where you see so many are avoiding male accountability by saying, yo, it's our fellow man. It ain't you, it's your fellow man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But this need to just blame women and ignore the facts, to me, it's over, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But it's been hold the truth hostage, man. Respect everyone for showing up. And yeah, man, this was a good one. All right, peace. We put the things, you know what I'm saying? Peace out, people. You know what I mean? We had a good stream, longer than I thought.
Pill ill, y'all niggas better listen. I'm black pill ill, y'all niggas better. They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the